Hello and welcome to AlQuest Season 1, Episode 2. My name is Dobbs. I am not running the show, but I am the MC, and that's basically as good. It's him. It's Al.
It's me.
This is the Dungeons & Dragons game run by our very own Hillbilly Al. Playing the game tonight, we have our 5 lucky players. Playing the part of the stalwart warrior Torgon again. It's Lurking Turtle.
I'm so introduced.
Finally. As the sneaky rogue Glane, it's GameCube.
I'm the legally distinct Glane, not a thief.
As the totally normal sorcerer, totally not a goblin sorcerer, Dagwin, we have Germdove.
I'm ready for fireballs.
Oh no. And as our feline druid, I've forgotten the character's name already, Savannah, we have Daysnick.
Hello.
And I will be your melodious bard, Dorian. I'm Dobbs. Hello. And of course, leading it all, the man behind the curtain, the dungeon master himself, turning it over to you, Hillbilly Al. Yay! And then there's
It's
applause.
me, I'm here.
And everyone's really happy.
We're back.
He comes
everybody.
down on a stage with a suit on. There's theme songs.
Good night, mate. We're doing accents.
Oh yay, we're doing accents
That was
this
the
time.
number one most requested thing. So there's an accent for you.
Here by
Got that
popular
out of the way.
demand.
Oh, blimey, Gov.
see how much you can
Dwarf!
how much you can solve Dupu tonight.
Might be on the lookout for Dupu showing up.
I'm doing my Dupu accent. You know what?
He
I'm not
sounds
even
like
gonna...
Dupu.
Save
Dupu's
that
on
for
the
next
call.
We're back. We're back in the Untamed Lands. Something that I used to do in my home game was I would ask one of the players to do a recap of the last session.
We got a
Does
copy of
anybody
the home
want?
game?
That's right, copy of the home game. Does anybody want to fill everybody in on what happened last session? It can be quick.
I only remember the D20s.
Well, as the storytelling bard, you know, I feel like it's of course my duty to lead us in song and story. Last time,
Stinger.
yeah, we joined forces upon a merchant or a caravan heading into the Untamed Lands, led by the dwarven merchant Dugan Delele, a cart driver. Lots of supplies along the way.
Just one, dude.
What?
Peter and the Wolf up in here. Everybody's got their own theme.
Dugan Delele. But danger was afoot along the way, and we were ambushed by wolves. I guess that's not so much an ambush as just there are wolves and they are hungry. We were bitten, we were clawed, we fought back, but in the midst of all of the danger, there was, of course, goblins that took advantage of the chaos and started stealing our stuff. Not our stuff personally, but Dugan's stuff, presumably. We were able to dispatch one of the goblins and capture another who we have tied up and are taking along for the ride.
That's right.
And
You'll
now,
be happy to know that since the group took interest in an NPC that was a nameless enemy, that goblin now has a name. His name is Dorko.
oh, I thought he was
It's
going to be
Dorko the Goblin.
Boblin.
Dorko.
Excellent.
No, not Boblin. Never name a goblin Boblin.
That's a-
DM tip, okay? Do not name a goblin Boblin. It's a trap.
Well-
But his name is Dorko. Me Dorko. He tells you guys. And he's part of the gang now.
Wonderful. well,
He's a prisoner, actually.
yeah, he's a prisoner of war, and we brought him along to the lodge, our destination, where we're excitedly preparing to begin doing work for
Yep.
for the good of person kind.
It's for a corporation, let's be honest.
It is for a corporation, but
It's for a
corporation
corporation, yeah.
that, in various ways, gives advantage to individually to each one of us.
Your interests are aligned with this corporation
For now,
as you have your various personal goals to pursue, but also are looking to meet with a Dane Deepvein that you know is staying at the Diamond Peak Lodge, where you guys have just arrived.
now I'd like to. I don't want to sound presumptuous. Is Dane Deepvein a dwarf?
Dane Deepvein is a dwarf. Yep.
Okay, you know, Deepvein.
It's yeah.
It's very
Good catch.
dwarfish, but
I'm a big fan of alliteration. You guys are gonna find out when you start seeing all
Alliteration
the
is
names
good.
of the
It's
NPCs. Yeah. Other notable things. Germdov's character went down immediately. Glane, with some really good rolls, was a little bit of a hero, just cutting everybody down.
Did flips and stuff.
Organ
I
teamed
killed
up
the guy with a
Dewey
trident.
DeLaley.
Saw that.
Day was actually having a rough time with the rolls, but she did do some very vital healing to get Dagwin back up. Back to full in one spell, with that 6 HP. Oh, you guys are level 2 now. Everybody should be leveled up, and everybody should be completely imported. Let me know if you notice anything wrong on your character sheet at any point, and we can fix it. But everything should be all good to go.
Oh, hunky dory.
What you're looking at right now is the Untamed Lands. Now, honestly, like, this is big out of character knowledge here. You guys know about none of this stuff. It's just a little sneak peek, and honestly, this map is a rough draft. I haven't really finished it yet, but I thought I'd, we'll just take a little peek at it. There's a whole land up here of possibilities, but you guys are just at the tip of the iceberg, literally, as you come through this mountain pass. And the weather is very bad. Well, just so you guys can get a look at this map for a second before we move on.
Take it in.
Your characters honestly don't know much about any of this. Like, maybe Savannah knows a little bit about some of the barbarian tribes. Maybe Dagwin knows a little bit, especially about the orcs over here. But for the most part, this is stuff you guys haven't gotten into yet, and we'll
What?
see. We'll see where it goes.
Why do I remember this appearing to be upside down last week?
I don't know. Was
Check
it?
the tape. I don't know.
What? No.
We were looking at a different map
yeah,
last
it was
week.
a different map.
Were you upside down?
Maybe.
That would do it.
You did.
Okay, so the Diamond Peak Lodge. You guys have just arrived here. Dugan DeLaley's tying up the horses at the stables outside, but you guys shove your way in through these this snowstorm into the lobby here. Now I closed off some of the areas so we don't have to get too crazy. You guys are arriving in the dead of night. The wind's howling and the shutters are crashing, and you hear noises of the storm and hail and things, but it's relatively quiet in here. A respite from the storm, the fireplace crackling, and you see that there's a woman comes out of a room here at the front desk, sort of a check-in desk here to meet you guys. Older woman. Hello. You must be the adventurers that Dane told me about. Are you checking in?
Who's gonna reset the lady?
It doesn't have to be like that. Doesn't have to be like that, Turtle.
This is an older lady.
Aye, that we are. Fresh from the storm and ready for the warm.
You see that Dorko looks around here. This is nice. We like this place.
Don't get used to it.
She kind of peers over and sees this goblin and sees you all. and says, "I hope everything went all right out there in the pass. You look a bit shook up."
Look a bit wolf-bitten in my cloak.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the blood. I got it all back in.
It's true.
You-
It's been an
she
adventure
says
already
that-
getting here.
This place is nice. Like it's like kind of old, but it's like well built, and it's like a kind of a luxury sort of very lived in, but like ski resort lodge here. You guys might know a little bit about this place and its reputation as sort of a a place that like nobles and people who are kind of thrill seekers venture up north to go skiing up here and escape, and there's hot springs and things. Torgan's just behind the desk. None of that's happening. We're ignoring that. We're in roleplay mode right now.
Yeah.
We're not on the map right now. She looks at you and says, "Oh, well, it's 2 gold per night, per room." She says, "So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." And she sort of looks hesitantly at the goblin behind you.
Absolutely not.
6 rooms?
I
Wait,
saw the sign
6?
out front. Goblins stay free.
6?
She says,
you
I'm
have
not
a-
so
do you have a
sure that the
stable?
goblin should stay at all.
Or a dungeon.
Ah, that would also work.
You think that this woman is going to need some convincing to allow this goblin to stay here. Somebody's going to need to persuade her or something here. So, who's making a roll?
Well, for any kind of diplomacy sorts of things, I can take a swing at it. Are we really doing this? Are we really bringing this thing along?
Just a DC 10 to allow her
All right. Well,
to
see.
trust that you guys will handle the situation.
Let's see if I can remember how to even get right. I have to. This is my character.
A double click on your
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I needed. It's the double.
You
click.
don't happen to have any kennels or similar, perhaps?
He's like, well, we do have a pig pen out back. There's the stables out front.
That'll do.
Yes,
Don't-
you see
don't
that.
worry, we've got it well underhand. I assure you.
She still doesn't look particularly pleased about it, but she says, well, I suppose he looks harmless enough. You see him, like, sniffing the couch, like the leather on the couch over here.
Licking it.
Like, he's like, oh, good. Nice. But she says, oh, I suppose 5 rooms, 2 gold for the 5 rooms, and I'll leave wherever you want to do with him. I'll leave it up to you. You can put him in the stables or keep him in one of your rooms. It's it's your whatever you. So what do we want to do with him?
That's
Like
a good
whatever.
Team?
He's tied up with a whip. His hands
Yeah.
are tied.
Yeah, I prefer that he would stay tied up because we don't want him escaping.
What you
I think we
He
should
says,
tie him up
he says,
more.
me not want to escape. This place is nice.
Why would he ever
I
want to
stay
leave?
here forever.
Why would he ever want to leave?
He says, I'll stay with the pigs.
I don't think we should leave him with the pigs.
I feel like
Nothing
he's
al-
Dag-
nothing
That sounds
alive.
good.
I feel like he's Dagwin's responsibility more than anything.
Why Dag?
Just saying.
Poor Dagwood.
This is. Hey, you guys want to take the goblin with you? You gotta get this goblin in here to civilization.
I want no such thing.
You could take him up to one of your rooms if you want to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
You could tie him up somewhere.
I see a bridge outside. We could just tie him to a pole on that bridge.
Would die.
There's a bridge out there. There is. Yeah. Also, yeah. There's a massive snowstorm going on out there. The weather is very bad. Remember, you guys had to make actually Constitution saves because it was so frigidly cold.
I guess I could put him in my room, but I don't know that I trust a dog jaw.
You see that the door opens and Dugan Delaney comes inside, having done whatever with the horses, taking care of the horses presumably, and while you guys are discussing this, you see he's over there, making small talk with Priya, and he slides her some gold coins for his room. He says, "Well, are you all settled up then?"
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot to take away the
Yeah.
privilege. I forgot that
Cool.
I guess I actually have to do that. I guess that's something that I can't just
Cool. Great. All right.
trust.
So 2 gold for the whole team.
2 gold per night,
night.
as well. Every
Well,
night.
I
it's
tell
gonna
you
cost
what,
2 gold
I'll
to stay here.
handle this. I'll handle tonight's bill, and we'll just pay night to night from here.
Matter we're invited guests. I mean, this is.
In
Can
fact, I'm gonna
offer that to her?
I'll say, because this is separate from letting the goblin stay here, I'll let you make another check to see if you can get some sort of discount or something.
I mean,
We're
you
on.
can
Oregon.
fight here.
We're
Oh,
on
I
deep
don't
vein
mind paying
still?
full price for tonight.
We're
In
on
fact,
Worst that could happen if we
Bell,
ask for a discount.
If this is
Yeah. See?
is this like of course 3.5 is in my head. A single gold piece. This is not like an unreasonably like, oh my gosh, I can retire sort of thing.
I mean, we all just picked
This
up
place-
5.
This place is definitely more expensive than your average inn.
Right.
But 2 gold isn't like, no, it's not like a lifetime's
Okay.
of savings for a peasant. Like, things are cheap. Like a mug of ale costs like some silver.
Mm-hmm.
And a gold is like 10 silver or something.
I'd like to grab 3 gold coins and slide it across the counter, in hopes of greasing the wheels of future future interactions with Priya, and just kind of like hopefully we have some plenty of firewood available and hot towels for the rooms.
She says, of course. Yeah, she actually sort of, there's like a I don't know, string she pulls on or something, or like a bell rings, and you see that out of the servants' quarters comes there's like a tiefling sort of housekeeper maid here, and she says, service,
service.
please see that these
Oh, no.
guests make sure their linens are fresh and their the bedpans are warmed up. No, the bedpans. You guys know what I meant.
Oh no.
the heating pans or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make sure
yeah.
everything's warmed up for them. And you see that this maid, nods and says yes at once, and heads up the stairs in front of you guys. So Dobbs pays his 3, and she seems pretty pleased with that. Day, I heard you saying something about you want to try to foot the bill on Deep Vein. Do you still want to try to do that?
We lost her, or she's muted.
Oh no.
Sorry, it was Nita. I mean, Savannah would be happy to sleep on the floor next to the fireplace, but
Cats.
yeah. She hadn't really been prepared to spend money for the night. She was summoned here, and it's a work trip. Those types of expenses are supposed to be covered.
That's my per diem.
Well, I think to your knowledge, that hasn't been mentioned. So if you do want to use that, it would be probably a deception check is what you'd make for that. If you'd
She'll
like.
just no. She is just kind of grumpy about it, but
Yeah.
she'll slide 2 coins over to the lady and be like, you think if they summoned us all this way, they'd at least have the decency to pay for our rooms. And just kind of drop the coins on the table and slide them across and continue to make her way.
Okay. Does everybody else pay up for their rooms?
Oh no, I want to raise the lady up.
Okay.
I'll pay with no no issues.
How much is it?
2 gold. 2 gold.
2 gold. Trying to find where my money is.
It's in your inventory.
I should probably
At the
change
top.
it on both sheets just to be safe.
You can write it down and maybe do it later if it's, if it's just 2 gold. It should not be super contentious, even if you guys do go shopping. Okay, Torgan, you want to try to riz her up and get a free night? Make me a persuasion check.
Okay, let's see.
Gibbity riz.
No,
Make a riz check.
I'm gonna be trying to raise her up. There we go.
Oh no.
Wait, what do I roll?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Just a D20. You have a +0, just a D20. This is a flat D20.
Okay. Here we go.
Torgan has 0 added to this.
Six.
6.
Ooh, Ohio
That's
Riz.
6. Well,
I
that's a
mean-
crit. We crit on 6s. No.
House rule.
Imagine. House rule.
Ah.
No, we don't. That's a failure. Unfortunately, you see that I don't know what you do to try to riz her. What does that mean? What does this look like? What does Torgan do
Doesn't look
as he
good.
fails to riz up this old woman?
Like, hey, if there's not a room, available for me, I can share it with
Oh.
you.
She says, I really should be getting back to sleep, and she sort of just gathers up the money and very awkwardly waits for you to hand over your 2 gold. Just, I don't think so. It's getting late.
Fine, I pay the 2 gold.
I'd like to
Okay.
dip into my room and see if there is either a chest or a closet with a keyhole on it.
Yeah. There's a chest in there. Yeah.
Hey Torgan, can I borrow that key for a second?
Your rooms have a bed. They have like a sort of personal chest next to it. The bedside table. You actually notice that this place has running water, but it's not in your room. It's like in a room. It's like it's not a bathroom. It's just like a washroom down the hallway. That's a communal.
Okay.
But there's a bathroom outside. There's like an outhouse outside.
Well, we got those nice
Um,
warm bed pans. We're fine.
Torgan, can I borrow your key?
So there's access to water here and outside your rooms, and there's like a cupboard. There's a chest, probably things that would have locks on them. Yeah.
I give the key to Glade.
First
Come on, Dorko. And I grab the goblin. We start making our way towards the chest.
Oh no.
I open the chest.
No.
I throw him in. I close it. I put the key in. I turn it. I whisper Baba Booey. And I pull the key out. Password set.
Great. Here's what I'm gonna need from you. I'm gonna need a athletics check, opposed by his athletics check.
Is he going to try to
Which he-
struggle as I put him in there?
Yeah, he's gonna struggle as you try to put him in.
No, he'll be fine.
He's actually gonna use his acrobatics, but you're gonna roll athletics for this. You're basically
Okay.
making a grapple check on him right now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
4.
All right, hold on. I'll roll this one. He has a +2, so here we go.
Oh, we know
Oh
his
no!
modifier.
Yeah, you do know. Yeah, Dorko, you know him. He you try to put him in this thing, and he I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
He says no.
Me?
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw.
Normal. Come on.
As you're trying to like wrestle him and get him in, he takes he gets the key from you and he swallows it.
Dorko, no. Bad goblin.
He's, I mean, sleep with the pigs. I'm not sleep with the pigs.
We
Uh,
technically,
I like
we still
to-
have the key.
I'd like to slam him against the wall and bring out a dagger and say, one way or another, I'm getting that back.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh boy.
Yes.
He immediately starts to try to,
Oh
to
no.
vomit. He starts to try to vomit. Okay.
What
this
is
getting
happening
weird,
in
but
there?
Here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna yeah, you hear
Everybody okay?
he vomits it up. 20 on a 22, yeah. He pukes up the key.
Great.
Now get
And you get him in there. You get him in there, and you lock him in with Baba Booey as the
Baba
password.
Booey.
Okay. You got it.
Oh, great. Cool.
Listen, you hold on to that.
You have a
keyboard.
goblin puke covered key. There's like little bits of meat and things
Da-da-da-da.
on your
I-
floor.
I don't want it
In
back.
this very nice hotel, you've got puke on the floor.
I'm going to bed.
All right, everybody goes to bed unless there's anything else that happens this night.
Dorian
Okay,
enjoys
sounds like there's
the
something
warmth.
else.
Going to bed.
Yeah, this is when you guys actually level up to level 2. Technically, we weren't level 2 until we take a long rest. I'm just gonna move everybody over by the stairs here to signify that you guys went to bed.
What about Dorco?
Dorco's coming, don't worry. Don't worry about
He's
Dorco.
coming.
Okay, so we're going to move to the
little-
next day.
I'm a
The
little worried
next
about Dorco.
morning, the storm rages through the night. You know what? I'm just gonna hide every. Okay. The next morning, as it comes to light, you guys, I don't know when you guys wake up, if you're early risers or what, as you wake up, or you come down the stairs to the smell of
key?
bacon cooking.
Okay.
I guess Dorco's locked in the. Unless you don't let him out, he's locked in there, so he might not be down
It's gonna
here.
smell in there.
We'd like
Yeah,
to
it's
eat in
gonna be-
peace.
He thrashed that thing up. He messed up the inside of that cupboard, big time.
Oh, we're not getting
You
our
smell
deposit.
bacon cooking. You hear sort of light conversation and chatter, coming from the lodge here. I'm trying to think about where should we start in terms
I'm
of
getting
the
my 2
NPCs
golds
you
out
see
of this
here.
room.
You paid for it.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
I'll lock some of these doors. What is everybody thinking about, like, in terms of, like, things they want to do today as they wake up? Like, what's the plan? Before I get into introducing a bunch of NPCs.
Savannah's in no hurry to get out of bed. It's warm, it's comfortable, and she knows it's the last time she's going to be comfortable for probably quite some while.
Dagwin is excited to learn more about his mission, so he's kind of an early riser, and he's wanting to go and look for Dane right away.
Dwayne had trouble
Okay.
sleeping last night because it was bad weather last night, and if Gary's out there, I hope he found somewhere warm.
Oh, once it goes the goblin thrashing in the cupboard that you had trouble sleeping.
Goblin in
No.
there.
That affected it all? I got 2 Dugan Delaleys on the map here. Whoops.
Oh
Just
no.
delete him.
Oh,
Tugan
no.
Delete
Delay.
is out. No, he's gone. I got rid of him.
imposter. Quick, ask him something only the real Dugan would know.
Dupu said earlier, is Dorco his name, or did you make Dorco his name? What's the difference?
Torgan needs his street, so he's gonna go get some food.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. You guys see that there's a sort of a tavern here off to the side, and there's some tables, some nice tablecloths, and you see some people here eating breakfast, and you notice that there's a goblin chef in the back here, and cooking up some pork, some bacon. You guys know that they have pigs here. And there's eggs, and there's sausages, and there's other things here. It seems like kind of like, a bed and breakfast type situation, like this continental breakfast. There's a buffet.
We must
No,
have
there's not a
woken up
buffet.
before 7:30.
Oh, you just missed it. In the tavern here, just going over the people that you see in the tavern. On the way, you see some sort of, actually, right outside, you see some sort of noble-looking folk sitting here on the fireplace as you pass. They don't seem to be partaking in breakfast with the rest of everybody. But as you enter into the tavern area, you do see a dwarf that, from what you recognize, is Dane Deepvein. He's eating breakfast with a couple of people here. There's a drow woman sitting here at the table, and then a human with him. You see a big orc here, and he's like mopping the floors, but this guy's like huge, burly orc, towers over you guys, but seems to work here, it looks like. And you do see a man with a dog, a halfling with a dog sitting at this table over here. He's got like sort of a hound, like a bloodhound type of dog with him.
Is the hound bigger than the halfling?
They're not. It's close. It's tough to tell. It's tough to say when he's sitting. The bartender here is another halfling, actually, a short, very short, squat, sort of halfling who there's like many stools behind the countertop and there's like little stairs and stuff, like the kind of stairs that like a small dog would use to like climb up on the bed. He has like little steps and things so he can reach all the shelves. And he's sort of, cleaning and just tending to the bar here. And you see over in the corner a curious sort of barrel in the corner here that doesn't seem to be moving, but it looks curious. It looks like it has some sort of technology involved with this barrel.
You put a barrel in your game.
I put a barrel in the D&D game.
Yeah.
That's right. I moved everybody into the cafeteria. What do we do? What do we do for breakfast?
I'll take 2 rashers of bacon and some toast, please. Do you have jam?
You see that grin of the bartender. He says, "Oh yes, we have jam. Jam. We're gonna get the lady some jam." He says, "Deboof, bring out the jam." And you see that this goblin germ. You pick up some goblin curse words coming out of here as he says, he's cursing in this kind of faux French goblin language, and he comes out here with a big slop of jam and like slams it down, like jam splashes everywhere. Cooking that food, this jam. And he's cursing a lot. Who ordered the jam?
She just kind of raises a paw and quirks an eyebrow.
You see that he has a plate, like sort of a bowl of jam that he slams down on the table. It gets like all over the table, and some like kind of burnt pieces of toast on one side that he lays down. Eat. He gestures. He like stands there, like looking at you, like he wants to watch you eat it.
Well, go on. Don't insult the man.
Want the jam?
She just like looks at him and blinks a few times and proceeds to very daintily, with her claws out, start picking the toast apart and dipping it in the jam and eating it very daintily.
You see that he nods and adjusts his little. He has the little chef hat that looks like it was made out of a napkin, like an old napkin, and he proceeds back to the kitchen, and you hear him like knives and platter coming from back there. This orc here says that's the chef Deboof. He's a little odd, but he gets the job done.
Savannah just
It must be the
nods
adventurers.
appreciatively.
What's everybody else doing?
Torgan wants meat. I'd like as much meat as you can give me.
Yeah, they have tons of meat. They bring you out a big plate of sausages and bacon. Just drawing over here.
We'll eat it. Thank you.
I already seem to have bacon in my hands. No one's really sure when I picked it up or where I got it from. I'd like to go up to the bartender and show him a poorly drawn picture of a cat, and maybe ask him if he's heard of anyone getting one recently. If they've seen this one.
Just points at Savannah. Huh?
Curiously, as you come up with a picture of a cat, he says, you're looking for a cat. He says, that's a little bit odd. He says, that fellow over there is looking for a cat. And he points to this halfling
no.
with the dog
Your cat is wanted.
in the corner.
There's a bounty on its head.
He says, I didn't. There's so many people coming through here looking for cats. 2 people at once. That's strange. He says, maybe no cats around here, but maybe you talk to him.
I'd like to clarify we are talking about house cats and not cat people.
He says, yeah, as far as I know. Got to talk to him about it.
I'd like to talk to him about it.
You go over and introduce yourself to this gentleman here. You see that he seems to be like a ranger of some sort. He's sort of in leather armor, and he has bow at his side, arrows, that whole thing. And go ahead and make a perception check for me, actually, Lane.
Okay.
As you approach this gentleman, I'm gonna move you over there.
Well, I'm trying to find my guy. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Keep moving it.
Yeah, chase it down.
Come back. A perception check.
Yeah, make a perception check. He's like feeding scraps to his dog. You notice straight up, this guy has a gun. He has a gun at his side, like a personal pistol. And these
Like a
guns are
Glock.
not like, no, it's not a Glock. It's more just like it's like a miniature musket, for lack of a better word. Like, it's like a single shot. Like, you pack your shot and then you could shoot it before it needs to be reloaded. Like, it's not even a revolver. Like, guns have not gotten that advanced, but you do recognize that this guy's strapped. And he, you would know, I think, and I'll say on a 20 perception, you recognize him as a law enforcement group called the Marshals, who are based out of Long Bridle, which is quite a bit south from here. That's pretty typical for a marshal to be armed like that, because that is where the technological boom is happening. So you kind of recognize this guy to be some kind of, he's like hunting a bounty maybe, or you're unsure. But you approach him, and he nods at you and says, "Morning. How can I help you?"
Morning. The bartender informs me that you're looking for a cat. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit about that.
He sort of narrows his eyes at you, and you see his dog sort of growls a bit, and he says, "Beef, down."
Oh,
Nice, like that. Good timing.
It's like I'm really there.
wow. It's got real.
He says, "Why do you want to know? Who's asking?"
Well, I happen to be looking for a cat myself.
You see that he takes a deep sigh and leans back in his seat. He says, "Well, I've been hired out of Long Bridle by one of the Harpel wizards. You know that Long Bridle, maybe, I don't know if you would know this. Anybody who wants to make a history check."
Who is interested?
If you guys are listening. Okay, you would know enough to know that the Harpels are a family of wizards that sort of rule over Long Bridle. They're very eccentric. They all have their different specializations. But you see, I'm working for one of the Harpels that had their cat stolen. A familiar of some sort. He says, "There's this criminal. We've taken to calling him the cat burglar." You know anything about him?
I've never heard of the cat burglar, but I am interested in finding my cat, who's been lost for some time, and is in this area. Or so I believe.
He says, "Well, it might be. We could be after the same fella. This cat burglar, his kind of his whole deals go around kidnapping pets, cats, and not just pets, but exotic cats, dangerous beasts, magical felines. Kind of his thing."
Well, my hunt for my cat might bring me in line with this character. If it turns out that my cat is captured by him, I'd be happy to bring him to you if you'd be willing to look out for my cat on your journey.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion with advantage. He sort of nods, and he says, "Well, from what I heard, the snow's got the pass sealed up tight, so there's not going to be much coming in or out for a while. But if I find out anything, I'll let you know, and you do the same."
I appreciate it. Here's an image of what he looks like so you can reference it, and I give him one of my drawings.
It's like just a cat, like a little kid's cat drawing.
Yeah,
What's the quality of this drawing?
it's poor, but there's enough distinct markings that you can probably tell it's Gary.
He takes it. He takes it and he stashes it away.
What's the best way that I can get a hold of you?
Just leave.
He says, "Well, I'll be here. Unless I'm out." Shrugs.
I'm here unless I'm not.
Basically, you leave messages here.
I'll check in when I can. Thank you.
Sure. Have a good day. Cool. Got some information about your cat.
That's all you had to do, and I'd have him by now. Just introduce a character like that, and we'd be done. I'd be somebody else.
I spent too much time introducing Turtle.
It's true. Every episode.
Let's go to somebody else. Glane, as he's making this conversation, who haven't we heard anything about yet? What's Dagwin doing?
So Dagwin is not even interested in breakfast.
Yeah.
As he comes into the tavern area, he notices the only dwarf who's sitting in the room, and also tries to make the connection that Dane Deepvein must be a dwarf. And he goes over to him to ask about the lumberyard, and he's eager to get started on their job of protecting it.
Yeah, great. Does anybody else want to join in this conversation with Dane Deepvein?
Yep, Savannah's around.
Yeah, okay. You walk up to him. He says, "Oh, it's you guys. Yeah, about time you got here. What took you so long? Company said they were sending you days ago."
The snow was awful, and we were ambushed by goblins.
Oh, big goblin ambush? How many were there?
More than you could count.
Savannah rolls her eyes. It's like the wolves were more so the problem. They had the horses so spooked.
I think specifically because Dagwin went down in this fight. I want a deception check from Dagwin.
Yeah.
To try to, because you're trying to downplay a little bit. Okay. He says, "Yeah, we were hit pretty hard by the goblins too, past couple of weeks. So I feel you there. Dozens of them. Feel like we were hitting us every other night."
Dagwin just nods.
You guys probably had something similar happen to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's not laughing. I'm laughing, but that's a success. He thinks that okay. They must have got ambushed by goblins. He says, "Well, sorry, I forgot where we're at." He says, "We got driven out of the lumberyard about 2 weeks ago. The goblins, they were always in the area, but they started getting real aggressive about 2 weeks ago, hitting us hard with big numbers, different clans. We were losing people every other night, and it wasn't just goblins either. There's something else out there." He sort of looks over at his two. He says, "Barely any of us made it out," sort of gesturing at the two people that are with him. Because I tell you what, at the beginning of this, I had over 30 workers. You're looking at what's left.
Savannah nods very solemnly.
Dagwin says, "I guess there's a good reason we were hired then, for you to have lost so many of your workers."
I'll say. About time the company sent some people down here. I've been sending letters for weeks about these conditions, the weather, the goblins. I mean, this place is bad.
Savannah kind of slides into the chair across the table and says, "We did manage to capture a goblin alive. It seems to be willing to talk to us. So perhaps we can interrogate it a little bit more thoroughly now that we're not freezing our tails off."
He says, "Yeah, I'll rough up some goblins." He cracks his knuckles. Yeah, some paybacks to do. He says, "Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that." He says, "So I guess the next steps now that you're here." He kind of looks over at you guys. You're looking a little underprepared. He says, "I'm not so sure that we're ready to. It's just the 5 of you."
At the moment, it's only the 5 of us. I believe we were meant to be a little bit of a scouting party to kind of get a handle on things. They perhaps weren't taking your missives as seriously as they ought to have been. Though I know we have a few capable warriors and a few good mages with us.
Right? He says, "I think that. Here's what I suggest. I think take a couple days, prepare an expedition. Let's say 2 days. I head out with one of you. Oh, sorry. He says one of us heads out with you to the lumber mill, and you guys can take a look around and see what you think and assess the situation. See how you want to handle these goblins." He says, "How do you want to handle the goblins? You guys don't mind killing goblins, or?"
She shrugs. "You can kill as many of them as you want, but until you get rid of the leader, or whatever's organizing them, you know, there's never going to be an end to the number of goblins. It's better to just take care of the source." We have
Dagwin thinks for a moment and says, "It really depends on the goblin."
What does anybody else think about this? Is anybody else around? As of what you know right now, where's everybody's mind at in terms of just goblin threats? With what you know and the information you've gathered so far, or what questions do you have? You know, what are the things that we don't know that we want to know?
I'm curious about what else is out there, because we know that there's goblins, and we know that that Dorko said something about Prometheus, and we don't know what Prometheus is, and that's what I want to know about.
I'm gonna ask the gentleman behind the counter about at some point, because I mean, if they say it's not far, if you know it was presumed by Dorko that it wasn't far from here, far enough that they could just drag that chest to him, you know, maybe somebody at this hotel may know more information. And the best person I could think of would be the cook.
He is a goblin. Do you want to know more information about where they're at? Dane says that we get a pretty good idea where the goblins are based out of. They're in the same forest. I guess this forest doesn't have a name. The forest where the lumber mill's at. He says it's a couple days travel west of here. Somewhere in that forest, it's a big forest. That's where the goblins have built their camp.
There's something leading them and sending them on looting expeditions. They're not just acting on their own. They're the one we captured. He has described a monster or a creature of some kind, and kept calling it Prometheus. And kept she mimics the motion with the circle on the forehead, making this motion to describe the creature. We haven't gotten any more details yet out of the critter, but I think that should be our whatever this Prometheus is probably the
Yeah.
source of the unrest.
Dave, go ahead and give me an insight check, if you will.
I don't know a lot about magical beasts, apparently, because that's an 8.
Yeah, 8. As you're, I guess, on an 8, you don't know anything specific, but you wonder about if maybe somebody else here knows anything about Prometheus, but you're not sure who you would ask on an 8.
Well, this is kind
Could
of
be
an
other people who
outlet.
know about him.
I'm at the table with these 3, so I just kind of say it and hope somebody says
Yeah.
something. I'm
This is-
fifting.
Well, Dane says if they're led by this Prometheus, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Take out the leader. You know, that makes sense to me.
Does Torgan know what Prometheus is?
He might. You give me. Let's see. What skill do I want from you? Give me a history check with advantage because of your background. It would either be history or like nature or something, but I think history is your better option here.
History.
Dang, 2 15s. Yeah, based on the story and how he mentions that a couple weeks ago, things started changing, these goblins started getting more organized. Yeah, I think you recognize that Prometheus is one of the monsters from your list, and you're looking at your list, and there's sort of a lot of different monsters on here, but some of these really don't seem to fit the bill. But just based off the gesture that Dorka was making, you think that Prometheus may be a Cyclops.
I'm going to keep that information to myself for a moment because I haven't really shared with anybody my bigger goal.
Well, as you're overhearing this conversation and you see these people trying to puzzle out, who could Prometheus be? Like, what are we going to do about this? I mean, yeah, you come to that realization that, yeah, you think you have some information. You don't have to share that with the group, but yeah, you think you might know. You might be the only person right now who knows.
Sure.
Dane says to you guys, here's what I recommend. The storm hit pretty hard. The pass is, from what I heard, the pass is snowed in. So nobody's leaving, nobody's coming or going. He says, I think you pick up a couple of odd jobs here. A lot of these folks could use some help, with some tasks, some things. You start getting yourself ready. We leave in 2 days for the lumber mill. Find out what you can about this Prometheus. He says there's actually Priya, her old her husband. He used to be some sort of a hunter. He has a lot of books in his library about different beasts and things like that. Maybe you could do some research in the library.
No wonder she shot down Torgan.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah.
Oh, you guys noticed, like, I didn't mention it before, but you did notice in the main room where the fireplace is, there's like this beautiful bow that's like hanging up on the fireplace. Yeah, like right here where Dobbs is at. And there's also like the place is full of trophies. Like there's pelts, there's hides, like you see there's like bear skin and everything. So yeah, it seems that the late husband of Priya seemed to be some sort of hunting enthusiast or hunter.
Hate you say?
Late is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yikes!
Say late.
I did say that. I did, didn't I?
Torgan apparently is using this as an opportunity to go to try and find a date.
Reconnection counts.
Dane says, I reckon that pretty much everybody in here might have something they need help with. It just depends on how you want to use your time. He says, who you should talk to? You should talk to Brilby out back. There's a gnome who works here, Brilby. He's got a lot of gadgets and gizmos and things. He might be able to help you out.
Savannah slides out of the chair and says something along the lines of, I think those books you mentioned might be right up my alley. And she kind of slides her way over to the counter and asks Miss Priya, ma'am, I heard that you might have some books on magical beasts. Could I perhaps bother you to do some reading?
Yeah, you see she's seated over here at the desk. She sort of looks up from a book that she's reading. She says, "Oh, no, of course, dear. The library is open to anybody. There's some, a sitting room there. Please help yourself. Just make sure everything goes back where it belongs."
So Savannah is going to go find a book and curl up and
Yeah. You see Dugan in here. He seems to be fussing over something or other. He's got a chest laid out on the table here in the reading room, and he's grumbling about something. As you go in here and start perusing the books.
she'll slide over and be something bothering you, sweetie.
He says, when the wagon kicked up like that, the horses kicked up, some of my potions got mixed around. I had them labeled, but I can't tell which potions are what anymore. He says, maybe you and some of your friends could, you seem talented folk, maybe you can help me identify some of these potions and...
Oh no. All I've
maybe
got is these
maybe earn something out of
cryptic
it.
clues. The red potion sits next to the blue potion.
It's not even really a puzzle. He says he's got a bunch of potions. He's got 5 big flasks of potions here. He says that I've got enough of these potions that there's an extra dose of each. He says I can spare 1 dose, so you could just drink it and tell me what it does, or if you have some sort of expertise, you want to, and you guys want to make a check on it or something, and you could tell what it is without having to drink it, you could keep the potion for yourself and drink it whenever you want. Or you could drink it right now and, find out the old-fashioned way.
Oh no. Just drink them all at once.
You could just drink all 5 at once. He says, tell you what, if you guys can identify all 5, I'll throw in a bonus for you, a bonus potion.
She kind of twitches her ears a little bit and she's like, well, what 5 did you have? And perhaps we can sort it out.
He lays out 5 potions across the table. Does anybody else want to get in on this?
Oh, I mean...
There's 5 of you, there's 5 potions, everybody could do 1.
Just getting a random potion. What could go wrong?
He says, I'll tell you what, he says that nothing here is going to kill you. He says, I don't carry potions like that. He says, I don't have deadly poisons or anything like that. Should be safe enough.
Because if you do have any like that, we do have a goblin.
I mean, if you want to get the goblin to force to taste test one of the potions, I mean, you guys can, get creative with it.
There's so many
He might be able to
I'll tell you
overpower
right
us
now,
and escape.
what I will tell you, sort of behind the curtain, is that these scale up in difficulty. So there's like there's one that's very easy, and they go up each one. So if that influences who you want to taste what, you know what I mean? Anybody who wants to get in on this can, or you don't have to at all.
I would like to. Dagwin likes to roll the dice.
He sure
Oh,
does.
no.
Yeah, great.
Savannah's like,
He
"Let
holds
me
up
go
this
get my-"
bubbly. Sorry, go ahead.
Savannah's like, let me go get my comrades. I'm not much of one at potion craft myself.
To identify a potion without having to drink it, you're going to make an Arcana check, and I have the DCs preset for each of these potions. If you have something, I don't know, if you have a skill or something that you think could help here, maybe you can get advantage or something on it, or if you just have something that gives you advantage.
Is there anything written on the bottles at all?
No, but nothing written on the bottles at all. He says I had them all. I had a system. Everything got shaken up. I haven't looked at these in a while.
Now a horse. Incredible.
The first potion is a bubbly yellow liquid. It's just like a yellow, and it's like constantly bubbling. That's all you know about it without making a check on it. Who's gonna test this potion?
If the Arcana check goes bad, does something bad happen, or only if you drink it?
No, you just don't know what it is. And maybe none of these are bad. Who said that they're bad? Nobody said that they were bad.
All right.
I could make a knowledge medicine check.
Yeah,
Just to see if any
I
of
think
them
maybe.
are easily healing of some kind. So that would be what I'd know the most about.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make a medicine instead of an Arcana check, I'll allow you to do that. To identify this. Who wants to roll the dice on the first potion?
Well, I don't know what it is.
I'd like to.
Savannah just kind of waves Dagwin over to it and seats herself with a book. She wants no part of this.
You say by the fifth one, it's the hardest one. Is that?
They get harder. You know what I'm going to say, though, is that I don't think that everybody can roll in every potion, because that's getting pretty gamey. I think that Savannah's attempt represents this attempt. She's spending some time trying to figure this out, and it's just going to be her on this one. But anybody can drink it now. I think that she's failed to identify it, so that's your shot at identifying this potion. But anybody can drink it if they want to, and you will know what it does when you drink it.
I want the worst one. I want the fifth one. I want to go last.
It's Jim Socks.
I just said hardest to identify. I didn't say worst. Okay,
Oh,
nobody
okay.
said worst.
Okay.
I'll take
they
a
might
drink
be
out of it.
negative. Okay, you drink it, which uses it up, unfortunately, so you don't get to keep this potion. But this is a potion of positivity. Dagwin, you are overcome with intense happiness and positivity, and this lasts for 1 hour. And you're not able to experience negative emotions.
Hey,
Well-
Dagwin, you should check out Glaine's closet real quick and maybe take him up.
You just feel
Good.
delightful drinking this potion. Honestly, you feel great.
Dugan, great news! I know exactly what this potion is.
Great, you identified that potion. It's a positivity potion, and Dagwin is feeling good.
All right. Well, let me see the next one. I feel like I should be able to figure it
feeling
out
optimistic.
easily. Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. You can roll Arcana or Medicine. on
Okay.
this.
I'll use Arcana for it. And I'm also going to use my my Tides of Chaos
Oh no.
Great.
to gain advantage here.
Great. Roll Arcana with advantage.
Okay.
Woo.
Yeah, you take a look at this potion. You shake it around a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a potion of healing. This is a classic potion of healing. You've seen them before. You can add a potion of healing to your inventory.
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah, red, liquid, glimmers when you agitate it. So you're like, yeah, that's what a healing potion looks like.
Hey, Dagwin, you're doing a great job.
I feel like I'm doing a great job.
Nothing happens when he activates Tides of Chaos, okay? Nothing magical happens, but that does set him up for a wild magic surge, potentially.
It
If the
does.
DM calls for it.
Ease out of the way a little bit.
Great. Did anyone want to do potion number 3? I think it's fun if everybody does one, right?
That's true.
I think that's fun.
I'll take a crack at
I
it.
think everybody gets to participate. There's nothing stopping you guys from just like one person doing all 5 of them, but I think it's fun if everybody does one.
Yeah, I'll do one.
Okay, roll an Arcana or a Medicine check.
So if I have a plus or a minus, I would want to go for the plus way,
Yes, you want the plus. Whatever has a plus.
because one of those is minus. Okay. Here we go.
So I would do Medicine then. A 12 is enough to identify this one. This is a potion. This is a silly one. This is a potion of do a backflip. When you drink this potion, you immediately have to do a backflip. You have to pass a DC 14 acrobatics check,
Oh God.
or you fall
owie.
or you fall prone, and take some damage. But if you succeed, you have advantage on charisma checks for an hour because you look badass doing a backflip. Yeah.
But it actively makes you do a backflip the moment you.
You will do a
Take it.
backflip when you drink this potion. Yes, it's
But then-
going to make you do a backflip.
But
for
then you're
better or
able
for
to
worse.
do continued backflips on success.
Just one. Just
But-
one backflip.
Okay. Put that next to the
But-
speak to animal scroll.
If you succeed on your acrobatics check, you gain advantage on charisma checks for an hour.
Okay.
So you can add that to your inventory. You don't have to drink that right now. You can drink that whenever you are
Yeah,
feeling
The ceiling is low in here. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
it. Or you can drink it, you know? Whenever you feel like you want to impress people with a sick backflip, I guess that's what that potion is for.
When you're on a fast-moving cart.
Yeah. Smart.
Right.
Okay,
When there's a
does
keyboard,
anybody
you
want to
wanna
do the
try?
next one? We're getting into the harder ones now. I think Torgan said he wanted to do the last one, right? So I guess
I
Dobbs,
do, yeah.
you're up.
Alright, that makes sense. All right, I'll take a look at this. So, medicine
your skills
or
are insane.
Arcana. I've got 3 in each.
You have like +3 in everything.
I'm a jack of all trades. That's the bard
guy's good at
proficiency
everything.
bonus. I get a bonus in literally everything as a bard. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3 either way, so I guess I'll go with Arcana. Let's double check. I don't think I've got anything. No, because Bardic Inspiration cannot be used on me, but I will probably use it to help Torgan out. Because
Yeah,
this could
fair.
be valuable. Where did my character go? Oh, the attempted movement conflicted with a wall. There we go. I'm back. There I am.
Oh yeah, there is walls here.
There's
Even though
a
the
wall.
Map is.
And it
I have
counts.
invisible walls, so we can still see the map, but it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you have to use the doors.
All right, let's use Arcana here. Oh, I saw that one. It was
Hey,
pausing.
it's
on it.
16. This is a vial of truth serum. When somebody drinks this poison, they must succeed on a DC 11 Constitution save, or become poisoned for 1 hour. And the effect of this particular poison is that they cannot speak a lie, as if under the effect of a Zone of Truth spell.
Oh, particularly useful, especially that may pair nicely with my sleight of hand checks.
Oh yeah, this is an ingested poison. It's still kind of like a
Right.
potion.
The potion.
Technically a poison
Dorco's
that doesn't
poison.
harm you, but yes, it's a truth serum.
The potion for Dorko.
I'd like to do a sleight of hand, switch my backflip potion with this truth potion.
I will.
You can do that if you'd like. If you'd like to do that, well, can you
Tell
really
us
want to do that?
everything
'Cause
you know.
that's easy. That would be a sleight of hand. That would be a stealth check. Opposed
I'm just
to
doing a bit. I don't want to actually do that.
Okay.
I'm just.
I think that's funny. You could do that.
All right, I'll
No,
add it
it's
to
fine.
my inventory.
Try to get Darko to tell
Yeah,
the truth.
That
He
should
just
be
starts backflipping.
addable. All right, Torgan, you're the last one.
Right,
There's
I'm
this
gonna,
potion sitting here.
I'm gonna have to roll Arcana because my medicine's in a -1. So
Rose-colored
Oh,
liquid here.
this looks delicious. I don't see why I shouldn't take a taste of it.
Torgan, I can give you a little bit of a hand if you're interested.
Yeah, just some music to aid in the digestion. Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
just had a big meal. Hopefully, this is like a spell of Pepto Bismol.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Now, so is it possible to also aid another? I don't know if anyone else wants to, if that's possible to assist. But if not,
I think in this case, it's just going to be Torgan.
Okay, then I can at least give him a little
think
bit of inspiration.
You could give him the Bardic. I'll allow the Bardic, but I think in this case, just because everybody else kind of did theirs on their own, we're going to let Torgan do this
I'll
one.
just, you know what? I'll just start idly strumming from the corner here while this goes on to surreptitiously assist. And that will give him a D6 inspiration die.
So go ahead and roll Arcana or Medicine, Torgan. I guess you have a 0 in both. You actually have a -1 in Medicine, so you're gonna roll a D20, and then after you roll, you can decide if you want to use this Bardic, or if it's really, really bad, maybe you decide you want to save it.
Okay. Oh, I messed up. Okay, wait. Now I just keep hitting the button. How do I undo? I don't want to roll those. Right click. If you right click it.
Right click will do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Ooh!
Wow.
Wait, that's with a minus
Do you want to use the
4?
Bardic?
Yeah, that's with a.
Wait, that's weird. Hold on.
That was a nat 19 -4.
That's not right. You should not have a -4. Where's that coming from?
I may have hit a button.
That's a 19. Yeah, that's a 19.
19. I
Because you have a +0.
Yeah, I don't really.
Yeah, I
need
think
to.
you might have just typed in something. It's fine. That's good enough. Yeah, 19 is definitely gonna identify that potion. This is a filter of love. It's a love potion.
Oh, wow.
Keep that away from Dorko.
It was really funny that Torgan got this, but when a creature drinks this potion, the next creature they see within 10 minutes they become charmed by for an hour. So that's how this potion works. So it's based on the next creature they see after drinking it, they're charmed by.
It looks like I'm getting my next couple nights free here.
That's what that's called is a filter of love. That is an item. That's just a standard item in the game already. Filter of
Torgan,
love.
no.
Torgan, yes.
Quick question about Forge.
Yeah.
I tried to add an item to my inventory, and it wanted me to make like a new item. Is there a way to actually pick
you
from
can
the
do
list?
that. I would just add it on
Okay.
D&D
On,
Beyond.
Okay.
Which one did you get? Just potion of healing? Yeah, you should be able to just add a potion of healing
Yeah.
in D&D Beyond.
Right.
Did I make the potion of do a backflip? I feel like I did, but I'm not seeing it, so maybe I forgot to make it. I'll link you what that does later. I'll make it later.
We know what it does. It makes you do a backflip.
Makes you do a backflip, yeah. So you have that. I thought I made all these potions, the ones that weren't. I homebrewed that one, so that one's not.
Maybe
real.
I'll
That's
use it
not a real
today, and then you
D&D
don't have
potion.
to.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. You guys identified all of Dugan's potions, so he
So we get a
puts
piece
the
of
labels
heart.
back on. He labels them like, yes, what you guys get. What'd you say?
A piece of heart.
Oh, piece of heart. Ba-na-na-na. You get a potion of growth as a bonus potion, and I don't know who wants to take that. This is a potion that will make you enlarge, as if by the enlarge reduce spell. Potion of growth. You can look up the description. It's in D&D Beyond to see what it does. So I don't know who wants to take that.
That's a good question.
This
So
would be helpful
that's
for
someone who does the melee damages.
Yeah, you want this to somebody be who is going to be doing melee attacks, because when you're enlarged, you turn into a large creature. Your melee attacks do an extra 1d4 damage.
Savannah
you have
doesn't
advantage on
count.
strength checks.
Because she uses Dex anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pairs well with the love
So it's
potion.
probably going to be Torgan.
Oh man. Oh god, that's D&D, baby.
And D.
Oh no.
We have fun here. This is a family-friendly D&D stream.
Right.
I've never
Right.
felt more
Cool.
looked at than right then when Dobbs looked at the screen.
I looked directly at you through the camera.
I jumped.
Oh yeah, so you guys walk away with honestly, I think you guys got most of those, right? Like, that was actually pretty successful. I did not expect you guys to get... I thought somebody was going to drink the love potion.
Oh no.
And it was going to be so funny that it was Torgan after trying to rizz up the old lady.
I'm gonna stop.
But, you know, that's the way it rolls.
Mm.
Where do we want to go next? The Dugan seems to be... That seems to have settled up with Dugan. He's, like, closing up his gear and...
Is there an Applebee's around here?
He says Applebee's? I don't know if there's bees in this climate. Let alone apples.
And I still want to try to gather some information from the.
Oh yeah, did somebody want to do some research, or were you just reading to read, Savannah, or were you actually trying to research something?
I am trying to learn about various magical beasts. Because that's not something I've had an opportunity to study before. So if I find something useful, that's nice, but also I'm just learning things.
I'm trying to think if there's anything what you would roll for that. Unless you're not trying to roll. What's everybody doing? You tell me what you guys want to do.
Are we kind of on like a free period right now during adventures?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you guys have 2 days basically to get as much preparation for this trip to the lumber mill as possible, and you're going to be traveling for a couple days once you leave as well. So, whatever our plan is for that, it's up to you guys to kind of figure out what you want to do. The goblin is still
We
he's
should
still
really
up
give
in
Goblin
the
some air.
in the cupboard.
That's part of the plan. Yeah.
I'm sorry. what?
Dugan says that if you guys are looking for supplies, you could try and check with Krem out front. It says Krem runs a shop outside out front. If you're looking to help out, he says, I know Brilby was looking for help with something. He says there could be other leads here
Mhm.
as well. But that's the 2 things that Dugan sort of branches you off towards. Yeah, there's these noble folk sort of sitting around here looking.
Yeah,
you guys
creeping.
checking them out?
I'm creeping.
Dobbs,
I
I
wanna
feel like
know-
that this may be sort of your wheelhouse. Go ahead and make an
Exactly.
insight check
Thank
on
you.
these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling. Like, you know what? There could be something here. Insight, you say?
Yeah,
All right.
unless you're trying to do something else. But I feel like you're just to scope them out and see what their deal is.
Like,
I think
what's-
an insight
what's the
is
deal
appropriate
here?
here.
There it is. There it is.
Wow.
I have no idea. These are human?
You don't even know what a human is all of a sudden. Yeah,
just
these are humans. They
completely
appear to be
dumbfounded.
humans.
I'm
sitting-
trying to kind of listen and see what, like, get a feel for what's happening with these noble looking
They look
sorts,
kinda
and
broke.
I am just
Honestly,
I'm overcome with absolute boredom. I don't
Yeah.
actually care.
yeah, these people look like they're broke. They looks like you're interested in like shakers and movers and people with influence, and these people like
They-
probably not influencing
They
anything.
lack the riz.
Yeah. What is anybody else want to do anything?
I want to
You
take a
mean
drink
specifically nobles or?
I guess with anything, yeah, or with the nobles. Does anybody else want to approach these nobles or to talk to them?
Do I start with any inspiration points?
I'm
Did
going
you
to
say something, Torgan?
I'm going to end up wanting to take a drink to the lady who runs the place and seeing if I can get our next 3 nights free since we're staying. I'm gonna take her a nice drink.
Sure. Yeah. It's fully 8 a.m. You order a drink. What drink do you get? Do you get from the bar here?
The love potion.
A nice, a mead, with a love potion in it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Really? You're
Yeah.
gonna get us kicked out?
No.
I'm gonna get our next few nights
No
free. We're
worries.
gonna be here 2 more
Absolutely.
days.
Absolutely.
Somebody stop him.
We're gonna be here for 2 more days. We're gonna I'm gonna get these nights.
Okay, I'm gonna say. Okay, you're getting a drink at the bar. Here's what I'm gonna say. You're spiking somebody's drink here.
Yeah.
I just
What's
need.
the line
Here's
then?
what I just need. I just need a DC 5 sleight of hand check from you for nobody to catch that you're putting something into a drink at a bar, which is suspicious behavior.
Just a normal roll.
Just a sleight of hand. You get a plus. You have a +1 to this. It's just a DC 5. Easy. There's just no way you would fail a DC 5.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. You have this love. What drink are you putting this love potion in?
Mead.
This is all by the books, guys.
Just
Instant
some
mead. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay. You bring over a just 1 cup of mead.
Yeah,
Tell me
just
what
1 cup
happens.
of mead, and I just want to just thank her for her kindness and understanding that it was late that we came in, and I'm sorry I may have tried to be a little too forward here. May I offer you a drink? She looks thirsty.
Okay, because you already failed trying to raise her up, I'm gonna say that this is going to be a charisma check with disadvantage. And last time you tried to raise her up, it was a DC 10. This is also just a DC 10. You add nothing to this because your charisma is 0. So you're just rolling 2d20 and you're taking the worst one.
2 d20s.
That's right.
Okay.
I don't like that he made
Uh,
that.
You got a 10. You got a 10.
Yeah.
She cautiously, she looks at you
Can
and she
I
says, "That's
intervene?"
a little bit early for. Yeah, you can if you'd like. A little bit early for drinking, but I guess." And she goes to start to take a sip of that.
Do
do you want to
I
intervene?
detect what Torgan is up to?
Can
Can I insight
Torgan,
that?
Yes, Torgan, give me a stealth check.
I do a stealth check. Okay.
+1. Give me. That's honestly you have that on passive. So you definitely clock. You go ahead and roll perception. Let's just make this
alright.
opposed. So you just have to not roll on that 1 because you already have a +4 perception. Yeah, you clock Torgan. You don't see him like putting in something in his drink, but his behavior is odd. When he's like cautiously holding this mead cup, like walking it across the lobby to her, not spilling any. Yeah, you clock this. Yes.
I would like
You can do
to
something.
casually, yet assertively, pass him as he's bringing the drink over. Once I kind of recognize where he is taking it, I would like to grab it from him and make a comment about drinking a little bit early in the day.
I would like to tussle with him and get it back.
Okay, this is gonna be another opposed roll. Each of you roll either. Let's see. Is there? Let me look up and see if there's a rule for this about like disarming somebody. I think it's just like opposed checks, sort of like a grapple.
It would be a grapple in 3.5, so I assume it would
I think
be
we're just gonna make it a grapple. So this is the person who is sort of aggressing. I guess this is like you could roll an acrobatics or sleight of hand, which are the same for you, Dobbs. And this is gonna be opposed by your acrobatics or athletics, Torgan. So whoever, you're looking to get a higher roll.
Aggressor. Oh no.
You're the aggressor. You're the aggressor.
You're the
Yeah. In this particular exchange,
Yes.
you're trying to do something
Yes.
to him. So yeah.
Yes.
Dobbs, please just down it.
Oh, it didn't
Oh,
pass my mind.
And then you're just going to be absolutely in love with Torgen.
If you're gonna drink it right now, I'll give you advantage, Dobbs.
No!
If you drink it, if you commit to drinking this, to get it out of his hand, you drink it, I'll give you advantage.
All right. What was the
It's basically going to be dexterity, so sleight of hand or acrobatics, like it doesn't matter. They're the same for you.
Okay, but
so
I don't know what
you're
I'm
rolling a
up
plus
against
4.
yet.
You don't know yet, not until Torgen rolls his athletics, because he's trying to strong arm you on this.
Yeah.
Keep it out of your hands.
I'm gonna
Oh,
roll
and Torgen,
athletics.
He's
you
got a
do
grip
still
on it.
have that bardic inspiration.
Torgen does still have a
you
bardic
to use.
inspiration. So Dobbs gets an advantage, but Torgen has a bardic he can choose to spend. Torgen, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll
Just a normal
athletics.
athletics. Okay. Because I've got a +5 in athletics, so.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And you know what?
You-
I do want to use that. I want to use that inspiration.
Okay. It's a D6, right, Dobbs?
Yeah.
Or a D,
It's a
what is it?
D6. I'm afraid.
Dobbs hates that you're using this against him.
I do. Well,
It's only a
15
1.
with an advantage, but if you win this, Dobbs, you're gonna drink this potion immediately,
and then fall in love with whoever I see first.
and then fall in love with, I presume, Torgen. I presume Torgen.
For how long now?
What does he
An
have to
hour?
roll? What
For
do we
an
have to
hour.
know?
All right, great.
You know what? There is a saving throw. There is a saving throw. to
Oh,
resist this
good.
effect. So you're not
Well,
totally.
I've got that going for me.
What does he have to roll for this?
He needs to roll a 15 or higher, but he has advantage.
Yeah, so I'm
He
going
has
to
a +4.
sleight of
Just
hand
instinctively
here
Close your eyes really
Yeah,
fast.
with advantage. Yeah, that's true. I know. Well, you know what? That would be a reasonable way of describing me making a saving throw. Is I just close my eyes and shake it off. All right.
Just runs outside and sees a horse.
You guys have a tense moment here in the lobby as Torgen's crossing the lobby with his drink.
Torgen,
Dorian comes over,
Oh,
grabs
thank
him
you.
hard.
Too
sort of
early to be
pries the drink out
drinking,
of his
but
hand.
thanks for this. And I'm just maintaining eye contact.
For you!
Okay, this is. Let me just look up what the saving throw is again. It's a filter of love. This is great. This is everything I've ever dreamed
Please,
of.
charisma. Please, charisma.
Wait. Oh shoot, Dobbs. I am so sorry.
There's not a
but
saving
there is not a saving throw on
I
this.
feel misled.
There's not a saving throw on this. Here's what I'll let you do. I will let you make a dexterity saving throw to look away from Torgen if you
There we
choose. Here, to avert your eyes, because you identified this potion correctly, you know that it's based on sight.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm
been established.
Yes, all right, perfect.
So you can attempt to look at somebody else in this room besides Torgen. If you
Anyone.
pass a DC 14 dex save.
That's a coin flip here.
The marshal has a dog you can look at.
Oh!
Nat
Oh.
20.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say that you actually avert your gaze and you look at the ground. And you
is
look.
a
You're able to.
beautiful
You know that
rug.
as long as you don't. You know, as long as you don't look at anybody for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This potion won't affect you. So, if essentially, you're able to blind yourself, like close your eyes, and
Mhm.
that's the situation you're in right now. You
Yep.
can't see. As soon as you open your eyes, the first person within 10 minutes, that's who you're gonna fall in love with.
Yep.
You do happen to remember that there's a piano directly.
You know
in
what?
front
I'm
of
gonna
you.
go take a seat and just play for a bit
Yep.
here.
That meat hit you pretty hard so early.
Mhm.
Yeah, give me a performance check with disadvantage
You know
because
what?
you
That's fair.
have your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not even great at performance. Wait, that was persuasion. No, it wasn't. That was performance.
is it the same?
No,
Is
no,
it the same
it's-
skill?
Sorry, never
Okay.
mind. I did click. I clicked the right one.
You guys, yeah. Dorian sits down at the piano and begins to play really badly with his eyes closed for some reason. But yeah, that happened.
Should go check on him.
Incredible moment. Yeah, Torgen, you're just kind of standing there with this empty mead cup in your hand.
Dupu, there's a very good reason I did not go to our rooms.
Your plan has been foiled. Oh my gosh. So that happens.
So that was a thing.
Hmm. Well, we just
Now
had an
what?
event here
Yeah.
in the lobby.
Now what do we do?
Well, I
I wanna
mean,
do
a
the
couple
same
people have
thing.
told us to. Sorry, what was that, Turtle?
I still want to do the same thing. I still want to try to get our nights free. Now I don't have the potion.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, at least you're not roofing the innkeeper.
We'll call that a step up.
Yeah.
Okay, because of everything that just happened, here's what I'm gonna say. You can make one more persuasion check with disadvantage to try to convince you to give you a free night here.
In exchange for working for her, I want to work for her. Like everybody's, trying to find something to do for the next couple
Torgan's
days.
a really upstanding citizen here.
I've still got the enlarging potion. I can make
But it's
this
gonna be
work.
persuasion with disadvantage, and I'll give you a scaling success rate. So if you get the 10, you can get a night for free. If you get a 15, you get 2 nights. If you get a 20 or higher, you can get 3 nights for free. But you're rolling with disadvantage.
Okay.
That's an 11. So you convince her. What do you say to her in terms of you say you're going to work for her, or?
Yeah. Is there any way I can? We're going to be here a couple nights, and we don't have the most money. We didn't know we were going to be staying. I'd like, on behalf of my party, to do some work around here so that we all get at least one night free.
Somebody threw up in that room over there.
No, I'm a
Somebody's
strapping
gotta clean
guy. I can do some light housework. I understand that there's not really a man of the house right now, and there's surely some stuff you need done.
She says, well, I suppose that according to Dane, you're here to really help out and deal with these threats. So I guess I can give you one night for free. She's just, honey, if that, that you don't have that much money, maybe you can talk to the groundskeeper Lug, and maybe he has some odd jobs that you can help him out with.
Absolutely.
If you really don't have the coin.
Yeah. I'll do that.
But she gives you 2 gold, basically. You don't have to pay her next night here. You don't have to pay for that one night. She says, I'll do you a favor. She feels bad, and she says that she'll give you 1 night for free.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. I had a drink for you, to help you this morning, but it looks like it got drank on the way over here.
And she says, and I know Brill be out back. He's got something going on that he's looking for some help with. So, there's ways to make money here, even up this far north.
Fine, I'll be on my way.
Okay, you got your free night. You did it. It was all worth it.
Congratulations. So how much is that?
We
potion
now
worth
know
again?
that that Torgan's morals are worth somewhere a little less than 2 gold pieces. If there was
What's
any
your
question on
alignment,
moral
sweetie?
alignment here.
Wanted to save that 2 gold. Well, he wanted to get everybody free.
For
the whole
everybody.
time.
I was
So
trying to
guess
do it for
he
everybody.
was going a little bit above 2
He's
gold.
chaotic thrifty.
So she's technically the enemy. I mean, we owe her every night. I mean, just trying to help everybody.
What was
She's
the
the
sell?
enemy? Is that
What
what
was
you
the
said?
price of the potion?
Technically,
Did you say she was your enemy?
Well, I mean, if we were to say which one of us was the hero and which one of us was the,
And which one was giving the
Opposition?
That's
roofies?
fair.
well, no, I just said which one of us was the conflict. Like the conflict would be one, give me money.
It's funny because in D&D, I feel like when you think of evil magic, a lot of times you think of necromancy or something. Enchantment is the evil magic. Making people do things against their will is so incredibly evil to do.
Although also under enchantment magic is make a thing glow, probably.
I don't think not in this,
I don't know,
not in
maybe not.
D&D.
That might be
I don't think. I think that would be
evocation.
more
Evocation, yeah.
abjuration or something in 5e. But maybe, I don't know. Enchantment spells is like affecting people's minds and like convincing them to do things they don't want to do.
Dorian will
Messed up,
remember
honestly,
this.
if you dive into it.
Dorian,
His
how
eyes
do you
are
feel
closed.
about that piano?
I love it.
I convinced Dorko to get into
Out
the
of
chest.
tune.
But I'll
What's that,
explain
Glenn?
this later. But for the moment, please stay out of my line of sight. Thank you.
I don't want to see any of you. You want to do something with Dorko, you said?
Oh no, I said there's, I actually convinced Dorko to get into the chest. I didn't compel
Oh,
him as
okay.
mine.
That's true. Yeah.
You're the good guy
Yeah,
in this
you're right.
situation.
He did that of his own will. He did that of his own will.
By the way, who is
He
going to
elected
clean
to
that?
get into that chest.
Who is going to
Clean out
clean
the
out the
dagger.
goblin juice?
Yeah,
Is,
it's
is it
festering
still
up there.
is it still too cold to even take a step outside right now?
The snow has cleared up. It is quite cold, but no, it's not dangerously cold. In fact, something I forgot is that you guys do think that you're going to need to do something about the cold. You need to acquire some warmer gear or something. Well, you don't have to. I mean, you could just take the Constitution saves and roll the dice. But you think that is going to be a threat moving forward, especially as like night sets in. It's going to be getting cold again. You think? So you may want to look into getting some like cold weather gear.
I would be happy to do
Hmm.
Oh,
that
you see-
in like 10 minutes.
Glenn, you see that like I don't know where you're at, but you see that like whatever Glenn's doing, you see that the service, the maid, comes up to you and says, "Sir, I'm so sorry to talk to you about this, but there's an issue with your room.
It's leaking.
This there seems to be some sort of a spill, or we can't get into one of the chests in there." She says, I'm afraid that there might be some additional charges. She says, "What do you plan? Are you? I'm so sorry about this."
Yes,
So what do you say to her?
one of the friends in our party is actually doing some work for the hotel. He'll be able to work it off.
Oh, who should I speak to about that? Which one of your party members should I speak to about that? Make a deception check, actually.
He just stepped out to talk to, I forget their name, but someone about the jobs.
Yeah, the sixth guy, the sixth guy that's here. Make a
No,
deception check.
Torgan got sent out to talk to somebody about getting assigned
Yeah, maybe.
something. Deception? It's not deception, I'm using truth. Torgan really is doing stuff for the hotel. Right?
I don't
No,
think
that's
it's
true
his.
yet. I don't know if that's true yet.
I think the issue is with what you did, Glenn.
Okay, fine. Just a normal roll? Deception? Alright. I didn't
She
see
says,
that roll.
She says, well, I did double check the room numbers, and it's your room. I'm sure that it's your room. We have the keys. She says, if you're interested, she sort of looks you over, and she actually switches into Thieves Can't. To speak to you now. So she's
Dun,
speaking in
dun,
code.
dun.
You hear her out loud. She's talking about just something sort of mundane, like cleaning supplies or something, or like fees. But you see that she's asking you if you would want to pay by doing a job for her in Thieves Can't.
And what would this job entail? I say by talking about the throw up on the floor.
She says, well,
Why does this
she
always
says, one of our guests, and she gestures to the noble family sitting on the sofa here. She says, she says, Lord Call Nelly over there. And she's speaking in code, so this is only decipherable to people who speak Thieves Can't. Has something in his room that I'd like to acquire. She says, you seem capable enough. Maybe you can get in there and get it for me.
Okay. I think I can do that.
Okay, you. She says. She tells you his room number, and she says you're gonna have to get in on your own, but she says maybe you can get one of your allies to create a distraction for you or something. She says
I've got just the thing.
she says I'm gonna go be seen in the foyer. She says it's a small clockwork amulet.
Gotcha.
You'll know
It's
when
I
you
give
see
her.
it.
It's a small, smelly goblin.
I kind of nod my head, and I'm like, "Give me 5 minutes."
Oh, good. You see she walks away, and it's like sweeping, like in very much in view of these noble people here.
She's
And,
talking about
she
the
leads
boring
you to
people,
it.
right?
Yes, the ones that
very
Dobbs
boring
was
people.
Totally
referring,
not
yes.
nobles.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
She called him Lord Colnelly to you. She referred to him.
Lord Colnelly.
Yeah, she gave you his room number. He's upstairs, near, kind of near your rooms, but
Okay, and this is a couple.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
it looks like a couple, and then their son, maybe like a teenage son, is here.
Okay.
Look there, and it's funny that you call them the bored people, because they look quite bored here. They're sort of just lounging around, and the son is like absentmindedly flipping through a book, and the wife is just sort of zoning out, and the husband is writing something like a journal or something.
I kind of crack my knuckles and crick my neck, and like, let's get to work. I'd like to walk over to the bartender.
In the other
Great.
room?
Yeah. What do you say to the bartender? So here's what your experience as a thief is that you're going to need to unlock the door somehow, and that's up
Got
to
it.
you.
I'm already there. Mhm.
Okay, and you're going to need to possibly make a stealth check to not get caught. So a combination of those things, and there could be another lock after that. You don't know where this amulet is, or like you're gonna have to do something to find the amulet.
Mhm.
So you have a few checks ahead of you, but she suggested that you use one of your allies maybe to get a distraction or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I've already got the amulet in my hand in my head. Okay.
Okay, great, fantastic.
So, I'm going over to the bartender,
Basically as good as having the real thing.
and I'd like to ask for a sweet smelling wine in the fanciest glass he's got.
Is somebody gonna get their drinks spiked? Yeah, great. He gives you that. I think these drinks that you guys are buying, they cost like 4 silver pieces or something. But we can,
For silver.
have to worry about it right this second.
Okay.
But yeah, he gives you a drink. He says you guys like to get drunk pretty
Like to
early.
party.
This party up.
Thank you. What's his name again? The guy that I'm.
The bartender?
No, the guy that.
Lord Colnelly.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so
That's
I
all
have
you
the
know, I
drink. I kind of give him a little tip of the head and be like, "Thank you," and I walk out of the bar.
Greta sort of nods, yeah.
And I make my way over to the couple. I'd like to walk up behind Lord Colnelly,
Okay.
put my kind of hand on his chair, place the drink between them, and say, "Lady Colnelly, it's from the
She's-
gentleman." And I
She's sitting
gesture
across
to
the...
Dobbs.
No.
So you're saying
I
that
had a feeling
you're
this was
gonna say that Dobbs bought the drink for
For the lady.
her.
And I've got my hand very close to this guy's pocket. So I'm doing something.
Okay, so we're gonna need a check here. This sounds like a deception
So
check to
many-
me. This sounds
so
like a
many
deception check to
problems
me.
with this.
But he's
I have some
he's-
objections.
But your eyes are closed. You don't know what's going on. You're just trying to play Twinkle
He's-
Twinkle Little
He's
Star
not very
from memory.
mad at me because he's very mad that someone's given a drink, so he should be very distracted by that.
Well, that's what this deception check is gonna determine, isn't it?
Do I get
If
a
we believe you or not.
advantage? Do I
I'd
get
like
an
to
advantage?
call out. I'd like to call out that I've been plunking away
you
at this
get-
at this piano for a while now, and
Yeah,
not
if anything,
at the
if
bar.
anything, I'm inclined to give you disadvantage because Dobbs has been in this room the entire time. But I will say that no, you're not getting advantage. Just make a flat deception check.
Okay.
Unless you have a way, unless you have something to get you advantage, or unless you're getting help from somebody. somehow.
I mean, I'm using the audacity of sending someone's wife a drink to take his guard off of me. That was my advantage, but if it's nullified by him playing the piano, then I guess it's normal.
Are you going to try to send him over there too?
I think it's just straight. I think it's just flat. I think it's flat deception. And I'm going to say
Okay.
that this is going to be a DC 15.
So I have to beat a 15?
A hard. Yeah, you got to beat a 15. Because if anything, you're putting yourself front and center.
Easy peasy!
Great.
So this
so
guy's going to
yes,
be a little
you
tied
see
up,
that
and I've got the key.
Lady Call Nelly takes the drink, and you see that the good lord here sets his book down and sort of looks over his shoulder at Dorian and stands up. Where does Glenn go?
I clutch the key in my hand, and I bow out, and I head to the room number that I was given.
Okay, yeah, you go to the room number. Go ahead. I think that you've sufficiently created a distraction because you passed that check. So now you can roll a stealth check with advantage. I'm just gonna roll a d20, and that's gonna set the DC for how. No, what does Call Nelly add? Sorry, he's gonna roll a perception with disadvantage because he's distracted, and then you're gonna.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. He's pretty distracted. Yeah.
So
He
what do I
actually
need to
adds-
roll?
Roll stealth check.
Stealth check, okay. No advantage or like regular?
Roll with advantage. Roll with advantage. As Lord Colonelli, you feel Dobbs as you're playing here. You feel a hand on your shoulder. That is just like the worst thing that you could imagine. Is you feel like somebody's hand on your
Some
shoulder.
heavy. I've been
Yeah,
counting
heavy,
down the
like
minutes.
A heavy gauntlet.
I know the
Yeah.
beats per minute of this song. Sorry, I have about
let's-
3 minutes left in my set this morning.
Dobbs, roll a d10 for me.
All right, just a flat-out D10.
You want a 10.
That's not the 10 that I'm looking
So
for.
it's been 1 minute. it's been 1 minute
It's 1 minute.
since this happened.
I have 9 minutes left in my set.
I want him
This
to
just
look.
happened.
I want him to look.
Glenn, you sneak up there. You get to the room. The room is locked.
I have the key.
Do you have the key?
The whole thing was I put my hand on that guy. It's his room. He's got the key.
Oh, you
I was
wanted to
saying,
take his key.
Yeah, I'm like, as I put my hand on his shoulder and place the distraction, I'm dealing with him so I can get his key. That was the role that I was doing, I thought.
Okay, what I'm gonna need to take his key off of him is a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
So
okay.
we don't have to
Roll
change
back
anything,
the
but just
clock.
go ahead and roll that, and let's see if you got the key or not.
Advantage, normal.
Normal.
Oh, it went to 18.
He doesn't catch you or anything because your stealth roll, you pass the stealth check. But as
Okay.
you try to feel his pockets for the key, you're not able to get it. Like he was sitting down, so maybe you couldn't get to like his pants pockets or something. But you're not able to get the key, so you can pick this lock on this door,
Okay,
or you'll have to pick the lock or find some other way to open it.
I'll try to pick it. Don't I have thieves' tools?
Yeah, make a thieves' tools check. This is
Alright.
a DC 12. These doors are not particularly fancy, but they're nicer than maybe a
No-
common door. A
Normal
little more
roll.
secure. A normal roll, thieves' tools check.
Come on.
You're fumbling around with this lock here, and you're getting kind of nervous, not able to get it open. You can try again, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll a luck check to see if anybody comes down this hallway. Let's get somebody else to roll in the chat or something. I think that could be fun. Who in the chat should roll a d20
Anybody
for
but
us?
Dupu.
Dupu. Make it Dupu. 100%.
Dupu, roll a d20, and you, Glenn wants this to be 10 or higher. If it's 1 or low, if it's 11 or higher, it's good. If it's 10 or lower, somebody's going to be coming down this hallway. Okay, you are struggling to get this open. Nobody comes down this hallway yet. You have another chance to roll that sleight of hand check.
The sleight of hand or tools?
Tools, thieves' tools. Sorry.
All right, I'm trying to get more than a what? Or do I know?
12.
I have to roll a 12?
You have to beat a 12, but that's including your modifiers.
Oh, I see. Come on.
It's not looking good.
Am I able to force the door open?
You potentially could force a door open, but we're going to need another luck check to see if anybody comes down this hallway.
Okay.
Let's get Mac to roll a d20 in the chat now. I think that's who's around, right? Mac's around. Yeah, everybody's hanging up on Dobbs.
Oh, man.
You hear somebody coming down the hallway, and let's see, let me think about this. The teenage son here of the Lord is coming up straight at you, Glane.
Okay.
What do you
Does he
do
see you?
as you hear some footsteps? You
Yeah.
don't necessarily get caught. Based on what you do, maybe this could be a potential to be caught by him.
Yeah.
So what do you do as you sort of see his coming up. He hasn't turned yet, but you're in this exposed in this hallway here.
Yeah. Hey, we're doing a promotion at the hotel. We're giving everybody some drinks, some free drinks. We're going to leave them in your room, but I can't quite get your door open.
Okay. Make a deception check versus this child's insight. Oh wow, he's pretty good at insight actually. He rolled a 14. So he says, "No, you're not. What are you doing getting into our room?" Because I should tell my father about this.
My father will hear about this.
You're breaking into our room?
No, it's fine. You can give them the drink yourself. I just didn't think you guys were here, so I can give it to you now, and I can be on my way. I'd like to give him the backflip potion.
You give him the backflip potion. Okay, here's what I'll say. If you're going to give away your backflip potion,
children?
go ahead and roll another deception check. One more. This is the last one.
It's Flint all
but
over
because you're
again.
giving away this potion to this kid,
Yes! Come on, please.
that beats him. He says, "Oh, this is." He says, "You brought this drink. Oh, you're bringing a drink for my father. This is for him."
That's correct.
Says, "Oh well."
Here you are,
You
your
see, he
master.
takes it. I better give it to him at once then. You see, he goes
Please, right now.
to go down the stairs. GQ, I need one final thieves' tools check. This is truly the last. If you don't get this thieves' tools check, this job, you failed.
Okay.
So you got to give me one last DC 12 thieves' tools check.
Come on. This door is impossible.
You hear, from the staircase, you hear a yell. You hear a thud. As the rest of you out in the lobby see this Orson Colonelli absolutely tumbling down the steps. It seems like he might have just tried to do a backflip on the stairs or something. And there's everybody looks over there, and GQ, you gotta get out of there, or you're done. You couldn't get the door open.
Everybody
Bye.
looks over there. Does that include Dobbs?
Yeah, what happened with them? They had a whole conversation, right? Isn't he in love with her?
There's a bunch of commotion.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make Dobbs look that way. I mean,
That's up to Dobbs if he looks that way, but I think that's, as far as GQ is concerned, you failed. You failed.
I don't really think it's up to Dobbs. I think it's up to the dice if he looks that way. I mean, it's been 1 minute of this potion, and I mean,
Dobbs, what do you say while all that nonsense is happening? What do you say when this guy walks up and says, "Excuse me, did you order a drink for my wife?"
So I'm sitting there, eyes closed, dead ahead. I'm not sure if he's going to think that perhaps I'm blind or something. Sorry, I don't typically order drinks this early. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Apologies, my won't be able to look at anything for a bit.
He says there's something wrong with your eyes.
Yes, I'm afraid so. I assure you I'll be right as rain by the end of the morning, but for now, my apologies for my lack of decorum.
I'd be insulted if I was him.
You see that you feel that he gets close to you. He grabs onto your shirt, sort of. Like he doesn't like pull you up or anything, but he grips your arm, pulls you in close, and whispers to you, "If you ever come near my wife again, I'll have you killed."
Oh.
And
I'm just sitting there like,
there's sort of a tense pause.
Don't even know
as
who you are. Who is your
Don't
wife?
look at him.
Yeah, I think the worst thing right now would be to look at him.
I think that could be bad.
I think you should roll for it. I think you should roll for whether or not he looks.
I don't know I think he already rolled for it. Unfortunately, he rolled a nat 20 on his save for that, and I think that we're going to honor that nat 20 and say that he's keeping his eyes shut. Unless he chooses to open them. And with that, he excuses himself, but you feel, despite your eyes being closed, you feel eyes on you. You feel the intense shame of of somebody really just giving it to you. You're defenseless to really do anything about it right now, so you just kind of hang your head.
Oh, Dorian is a professional. He is nothing if not extremely deceptive about his own demeanor, and is quite happy to continue playing along as though nothing happened. But he's gonna be running this. I assume he's got a pretty good idea of who that was, but not what just happened.
Yeah, you're not sure. You hear a crash, and you hear this boy cry out in pain, and you see his mom rushes over to him and says, "Oh, honey, roughhousing in the inside again." It just dotes over him. See, he's pretty much stole this drink that he thought was intended for his dad, but
and then felt, wow, alcohol really does make you feel so brave. I just felt like I had to do a backflip.
Later at some point, Glenn receives a 2 gold cleaning bill for his room.
In my rage, I
Have you
pick up
failed
a
this
nearby chest and throw it against the wall.
It's not Dorco's chest, is it?
The one with Dorco
Yes.
in it? No! You see her scream from his other chest.
Oh, and
It's
sloshing,
wet in here!
it's sloshing
wet
around.
in here!
This is Dorco's living room and bathroom.
Oh,
Don't
it's
ask what.
everywhere.
Don't ask
It's
what.
in my stab wound.
Can we just
Okay, I want to hear from
Hope
somebody.
we all enjoyed the
else.
finale of AlQuest. This has been
What a
great.
hoot. These missions are going off great.
Yeah, we might need to.
Almost all the potions are gone.
This isn't going really well.
Very confrontational party here with each other.
This is, it's everybody's first D&D campaign. This is honestly pretty par for the course, I think. Devolving into utter chaos and thievery.
Savannah's just lounging on a chase with a book being
Yes.
more in a corner and not associating with all of these hooligans at all.
You're so warm in this heated place here.
She found a blanket somewhere and is just curled up and is happy and content. And once she may have gotten some milk from the bartender,
Lapping it up.
In a
she's
saucer.
She is a person. Thank you.
Yes, she's a full person. in this fantastical world.
So she's just not dealing with any of y'all's bullshit.
Dagwin is thinking that he could have done
Whoa! Swear jar.
Yeah,
He's positive.
you missed out. You guys see that Brilby, since nobody's gonna go see Brilby, I'm just gonna have him show up. Brilby
I would love to go. I would love to go see Brilby. I would like
Dobbs would
nothing
love
more
to
than to
see
go
you.
on some
It's
fantastic
awesome.
adventures and meet all these fun characters. But instead,
Fall
I'm
in love with Brilby.
intercepting roofies. I'm confiscating drugs and getting roped into the thievery.
Go see him, Dobbs. With your
Hello,
eyes.
I love you.
Anybody you folks, you new folks, want to go skiing? Nice to meet you. I'm Brilby Barkbuckle. I'm sort of the engineer around here. Pleasure to meet you.
Skiing?
Pleasure to
I
meet
love
you.
skiing.
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
Savannah looks up over her book and she's like, I'm something of a fan of being warm myself, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I hope you're enjoying the lodge here. I installed all the light fixtures, the indoor plumbing. I'm looking for some help testing out one of the new slopes.
That sounds right up Dagwin's aisle. I'm sure the two of you will have a great time.
I know a goblin who loves to go skiing.
I'm gonna say that 10 minutes have passed now. Dobbs, you're free.
Thank
10 minutes passes of all this shenanigans.
God.
The potion's effects wear off. You're no longer under the filter of love. You didn't fall in love with anybody.
Great. Cool. I need some sanity. I need to find some I get a good look around. I want to confirm my suspicions that, yeah, that's probably the guy right there.
Yeah.
Now, how in
Yeah,
the world
probably.
was I roped into this, and who just fell down the stairs 9 minutes ago? I've missed a
You should
lot
go ask
here.
that lady over
I
there.
don't know. Dobbs, you
The lady.
have to say for yourself, Glenn.
I'm still sneaking back from whatever and going to my room, throwing chests. I'm not around this.
You're just raging in your room right now.
Raging.
I'm raging.
Absolutely
mean that.
Put him in the
trashing your
room. Put him in the room. Lock him in there.
Oh man,
Oh,
who wants to
gosh.
go skiing? Okay, Brilby Barkbuckle, let's go skiing, you guys. Let's take a break, get some fresh air. He said, well, any of your companions are along, I'll pay anybody who wants to help test out the slopes.
Dagwin thinks that skiing sounds like the most fun that he could ever have, and he's not a man who has engaged in fun a whole lot.
Oh yeah, that positivity potion's still in effect, huh?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's a lot for an
Sure
hour.
is.
So yeah, that's still going. Yeah. Who wants
So-
to go skiing? I think we should all go, so that nobody has to sit here and do nothing. But you don't have to go if you don't want to
Yeah.
go skiing.
Torgan overheard that there was money being paid, and that's kind of my
Guy.
goal right now. So yeah, but I
Yeah,
also
this is
want
the next activity.
I
Yeah,
also-
go ahead.
I want it to be known that I know that we had mentioned at one time during Ironsworn that there was some sort of mechanic where two people were at odds or whatever, and I want it to be known that Dorian and I are now at odds. I'm not interested in helping him. You know, he's foiled my plan, which was for him.
Oh, great.
It was for everyone that I was doing it.
He's doing it for you, Dorian.
Yeah.
Dorian doesn't,
Are you telling this?
if you would consider like a, alignment system, Dorian may not consider himself to be a good person. However, he knows a bad person when he sees one.
And that's Torgen.
And that was
Torgen.
Torgen.
Torgen absolutely does not consider himself to be a bad person. I mean, this potion was harmless enough that I was willing to take a sip of it. You know, it was.
He doesn't think he's a bad person, but he is anyway.
He is not. He's not.
Before all this skiing shenanigans happen, I at least want to ask Savannah. Savannah, what in the world has been happening out here over the past 10 minutes?
Well, from what I've observed, I believe Torgen may have had intents towards the innkeeper again. Glane, I think, set you up with the Lord to take the fall, to create a distraction, because he went sneaking up upstairs. And then this young teenager of this young boy, this noble couple, seemed to have mysteriously did a backflip on the stairs, so I assume that was probably also Glane.
You did have the potion. Okay, huh.
Well,
that does
She's
fill in
loved doing
some blanks
backflips.
for me.
yeah, you probably will want to have a word with Glane. And good job. I'm assuming the 10 minutes with your eyes closed had something to do with trying to not roofie the innkeeper.
You are quite perceptive.
Well, that is, good morals on you. So, props for that.
Well, I've certainly paid the price for my good morals. Well,
Yeah, well, that's Glane's doing, and if you want help, punching holes in his shoes or something later this evening, I can help you with that.
well, we certainly will have our plate full with those, too. 3, the goblin. I'm gonna go check on something.
You see Broby here looking at you guys. He's like, so what are y'all doing here? What brings you to the Diamond Peak Lodge? You on vacation?
Dag's just excited to see the world.
Well,
Dag is excited to see everything.
we were hired to help with clean up the situation with the lumber mill, and try and see if we couldn't figure out what had the goblins all stirred up.
You guys made any progress on that?
It turns out they really don't like being locked in a box for a day.
Two goblins is a nasty bunch. Careful with the goblins.
Careful
We've
with them.
we've made a few breakthroughs. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a Prometheus or some kind of perhaps beast creature that maybe has wandered into the area of late? Maybe seen anything out on the slopes, or perchance?
Let me roll check for Broby here. See what
He
he
describes
knows.
perfectly the creature from Ski Free.
He's just, yeah. He's, well, I can't say that I rightly know any Prometheus. You guys are looking for goblins. I heard that there was goblins by the hot springs wandering around out there. Could be a lead.
She makes a note. And her little
Highland Hot Springs. They're not far. It's the tourists. You like to go up there. Although with this weather, they're probably not too hot.
Just regular springs.
Yeah,
Dag loves regular springs.
maybe even cold. Maybe even cold springs.
On the topic of the weather, perhaps our gear could do with a bit of an upgrade before we were to attempt anything outdoors.
He said, "Well, you want to talk to Krem for that? Krem's got all the gear. Yeah, Krem can set you. They can set you up real good. Anything you could ask for." And they say, Broby actually looks at you, Savannah. He says, "You're one of them nature outdoorsy types."
Cats, that's the word.
That is a cat.
She nods.
As a
She's like,
druid.
yeah. She's
He
like,
says,
yes.
there used to be another druid around these parts. Haven't seen her in a while. Last I heard, he says, we used to get in contact with her, with this flute. There was an expedition that took the flutes and was trying to get in touch with her, and we never heard from them. They went to the ruins of Perina. So maybe the druid could help you out if you're interested in trying to find her. I would look for her at the ruins of Perina.
She purrs and kind of trills a little bit, and she's like, that's most interesting. And kind of rummages in her like little side pouch and pulls out her pan flute and starts kind of tweedling on it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's a special flute. You play the flute, and the druid comes. She'll find you. But they lost it at the ruins.
She reluctantly unwraps herself and extracts herself from the chase lounger she's been camping in, and takes a moment to do some long stretches and kind of pat her clothing into place. And she's like, where was this creme you mentioned having cold weather gear?
Oh, right out front. The shop's out front.
Right. I'm going to go, excuse me while I go take a quick shopping trip. I'll rejoin you chaps soon.
Dagwin would also like to tag along for the shopping trip.
Yeah, as
Okay, so we have time. We're not done yet, but we gotta start thinking about probably what the last thing we want to do here is. So we can go if we want to go to the shopkeeper, or we want to do the skiing thing, because he's still looking for help testing out his ski slope. We can go talk to the shopkeeper. That's fine, but we might not be much more. A little time left, I think. Right? Getting close.
Well, we just need to put cold weather gear on so we can go skiing. We're not really dressed
yeah, then
for it.
maybe pick up on the skiing next
Yeah.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to go
to,
skiing. That's like a side quest, I guess. But
Well,
maybe,
I'd
I
still
don't
be
know.
interested.
We might need to make some coin, because it seems like the company isn't really doing much to support their mill out here.
Seems like maybe that's true. You see that Krem is a white dragonborn who has set up their shop outside. The cold doesn't seem to bother Krem at all. But as you guys step out here, it is real crispy cold out here. Not triggering any kind of check or anything. It's fairly mild because it's morning and the sun's out. But the snow out here is piled up. It looks like somebody has shoveled like some of the banks of the driveway here, but everywhere else you looked, it's like thick snow piled up from the snowstorm last night. They sort of have a stall set up out front here, with various adventuring gear. I sent you guys that list of all that stuff, and your basic adventuring gear as well. What are you looking for? Looking for some kind of cold weather clothing?
Yeah, Dagwin is really only interested in a couple things. Anything that would be helpful for the cold weather, and he also has an eye on the dagger that's being sold.
Yeah. You see that?
Loves those daggers.
There is a dagger being sold here. Actually, you see that Crime actually does seem to have a section sort of set aside from the typical gear. That looks like there maybe could be some special stock here that you see the dagger being sold there. There are some basic daggers as well. You talk to Crime about the cold clothing. They say, yeah, I can hook you up with some, furs and thick clothing. It's gonna run you 10 gold apiece, though. These hides and furs aren't easy to come by. But if you run into a situation where you're dealing with extreme cold, you could be in trouble without this.
I think personally that's worth it for myself. I would want to buy some warmer clothes.
Yeah, you can buy cold weather gear. We'll call it. It's not an item, I don't think, but knowing that you bought it for 10 gold will help you if any of those opportunities to make those checks come up. I'll say that having the cold weather will give you advantage when rolling those Constitution saves. And you could potentially even negate it completely if you go above and beyond with some other warmth. You know what I mean? If you have magical ways to achieve that. Or if you're able to, like, make a fire or something when these things happen, maybe you could completely negate it.
So Savannah picks up some warmer clothing. She also asks, if we happen to be out and about and acquire some furs, if Krem would be interested in purchasing them.
Yeah. They say that if you can, acquire some sort of sufficient wolf pelts, bear pelts, maybe an elk or something, snow leopards, they could turn that into either turn it into gear for you or buy it, for a price, depending on what you get. They say, they're interested in buying hots and pelts and things. Sure.
Cool.
I'm sure
She's also going to buy
the
an
chef
extra
may be interested
blanket.
in the meat.
She's going to buy
Sorry,
an
what?
extra blanket. She's going to
Ah,
buy
the
an
meat?
extra blanket for herself. She's just not very big fan of being cold.
Sure, yeah. You buy that stuff. Yeah, that stuff that you were talking to me about you wanted to buy, you can purchase all of that here, so...
I got
He's
it.
stocking up on some adventuring gear. Krem says the meat, Dubouf might be interested in the meat. If you acquire any meat. Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't typically deal in trade in meats and things, but... Yeah. Dagwin, Krem sees you perusing this special stock over here, looking at this dagger. They say, you're interested in some of these items?
Not well. Specifically, I'm interested in these daggers.
Well, I've got some daggers for sale. Oh, yeah, there's a special dagger here. I don't know if you'd be interested. They say I have some items that we get adventurers coming through here from time to time, and they get things that they don't really want, and they sell them to me. So if you're interested, I can show you some of that stock. It's the quality is something, but they said maybe I can interest you in this. They hold up a bone dagger. They say that, and they take the dagger and they put it to their palm and they go to cut themselves, and it doesn't cut. And they say this is an enchanted dagger. It can't cut living things. This is a safety knife. It won't cut living flesh. It's been enchanted to not hurt living things. 25 gold, they say.
25. That would be a nice addition to my collection. But I'll have to maybe think about that for later.
So, well, to be waiting here for you. We don't get a lot of adventuring types coming through, so this stuff has been sitting here for a while. I see I've got other blades here. You see a bunch of things here. You see a scimitar, you see a boomerang, you see some boots, you see a sword. You guys see a ton of what looks to be magical items here that this person's selling. There's a tankard, a cloak, a ring.
Hmm.
2 rings, actually. There's a drum, and there seems to be a book, and then what looks to be a stone. So, nondescript rock. So they say you're interested in blades. They say I have this sword, dancing sword. They take this long sword, pull it out of the sheath, and
Dagwin, despite the effects of the potion of positivity, screws up his face and is disgusted with
I don't
a
want
sword.
a sword. They put the sword by their tip on the ground, and the sword sort of sways and dances there. It's not much of a dance. It's a sword. It doesn't have limbs, but This seems to be a sword that will dance in place.
Why
If
don't
you
you
land
tell
on
me
its
about
tip.
that rock? I don't understand why you'd be selling just a regular rock.
Ooh, this is the spoiling stone. They say here, smell it. And he holds it
took a
out for you to
whiff.
smell. It smells absolutely rancid. He says that this stone, if it touches any food, the food will taste spoiled, but actually won't be for a minute. So it doesn't actually do anything other than make the food taste disgusting and spoiled and rotten for 1 minute. He says, I'll give you this for 15 gold.
This is quite a collection that you have. I'm
Savannah kind of gestures at the cloak. She's like, what nature is the cloak?
Ooh, the cloak of fast falling. This cloak will make you fall so fast. You're gonna hit the ground hard if you're wearing this cloak. Twice as hard as you normally would wearing any other cloak or wearing nothing.
Don't do any bat flicks wearing it.
I know just who I'd like
This
to
cloak,
give that to.
whoever's wearing this cloak takes double falling damage.
She just kind of quirks an eyebrow and she's like, why would anyone ever want that?
If you're in a hurry
I don't know.
to go down.
Seemed like you were interested in it a little bit.
You're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
She scratched her chin a little bit. She's like, well, I do have an X.
Hey, there you go. See, you're getting creative with it already. Think of all the uses. Think of all the uses for taking double falling damage.
Oh, but Torgen's evil.
Even if you always land on your feet, do you take any fall damage?
She slides over to Dorian, kind of elbows him a little bit, and she's like, you know, you owe Glaine a quote-unquote favor, don't you?
Does he?
Favor with air
Oh.
quotes.
Oh, I see.
And
Thinking
she's
of getting
kind
him a gift.
yeah. She's just kind of whispering under her breath to Dorian, be like, hey, you know, you want to get payback on that jerk? You know, now look. Get him
You
a
see that
nice
the shopkeeper
gift
sort
for
of edges their way in between you guys and is holding a boomerang, and they say, well, maybe you're interested in the lazy boomerang. You know, boomerangs typically they come back when they miss. This one always comes back, even if you hit. Eventually, it comes back. Take a while.
This is an amazing collection of exotic goods.
Oh, hold on. You know what? Actually, the invisible armor's around here somewhere. Hold on. You see him like touching around. This armor, it's completely invisible. You can't see it. Finest leather.
Trust me.
I left it. It's somewhere around here. I can find it for you.
Torgen's interested in a ring.
Is Torgen, by the looks of it, is still up at the bar.
Sorkin here?
Well, I thought we all went. I thought we were coming back.
Yeah, you could be here. You could be here.
I thought we were all going back for skiing eventually.
Oh, I mean, yeah, skiing eventually.
Yeah, so I
think that's
assume
gonna
we
be
all
the
went for.
next session. The rings.
Yeah.
There's 2 rings here actually. There's a ring of. They're kind of similar in a couple ways. There's a ring of fire detection here. This ring will tell you if there is fire within a range of touch.
Are you on fire? This ring will let you know.
It will tell you. Yeah, it's gonna glow. He says this one's actually way. He says I get it, but listen, the ring of hit detection. If this one lets you know when you haven't been hit. So every time an attack misses you, this ring will glow and will let you know. Could be good.
Torgen is not interested.
Could be good.
Savannah
Well,
is
you always know if you do get hit, right? We always know that. But sometimes you might not know if you don't get hit.
I suppose if you're worried about attempt assassination.
5 gold.
Or something.
For 5 gold, I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, yeah, you buy the ring of hit detect. Krem hands it over so fast. This transaction could not happen faster. The gold is in his. You bought the ring of hit detection. You can add that to your inventory. That's a magic item that I made. So you have that.
Savannah
Someone's
excuses
had to help me.
herself and makes her way back inside.
You guys want to hear the last 2 items? I think we almost went through all of them. Oh, there's
Oh,
actually
I'm sure
4
we'll
more.
be back. I'm sure we'll be back. we can't spoil it all.
I maybe hang back and listen to the pitch.
So I've
Well, there's a
I've got
Yeah.
I'll talk to Krim a bit in the interest of time. I'll abbreviate, but I've got
Sure.
I've got a cousin who runs a shop, and I'd like to just kind of shoot the breeze with Krim for a while, see if I can't get on his good side a bit, and maybe work
they're
out
chatty.
a bit of a discount on a bulk purchase of warm weather clothes.
Sure. We'll call that a persuasion check.
All right. Let's see if anything comes of that. 19.
They say, okay, I could be amenable to that. They say, what sort of discount are we talking here? How many are you trying to get?
I kind of look over my shoulder. 3.
Dang. 3. They say if you're buying 3 of them, I'll throw in one on a 19. I'll throw in one for free.
So buy 2 get 1.
I do get one. Yeah.
It's a deal. I'll spend the 20.
Okay, great. Who did you buy those for? Or do
Torgan
you
and
just hold on to
Glane
them for now?
and
Wow,
myself.
kill him with kindness. Kill him with kindness. They say, if you buy this, if you, I can give you an even better deal if you're willing to buy, this diary of secrets here. You write in this diary, not even seconds later, whatever you write's gone.
You tempt me, Krim. I will be back at some point. I'm very interested in your stock. I think we'll be
Okay.
doing a lot of business.
Torgan refuses the clothing.
Fair enough.
Are you guys enemies?
We are.
You're gonna have to learn to work together.
No. Not like that.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah,
All right,
in a way,
it's all right.
yeah, you do have to work together.
I'd like a word with Glane.
Savannah is
Great.
open to accepting Torgan's rejection.
Do I get to hear the other parts of the shop?
Yeah,
other
if you'd
items?
like. Yeah, there's 3 more items actually. There's the non-slip boots. These are boots that keep you from slipping on slippery or wet surfaces, but you cannot swim in them. In fact, you'll sink very quickly. And then there is the tankard of sobriety, which is a tankard that any alcohol in it will be that's poured into it will be neutralized and will not get you drunk. That's so useful. I could think
Dwarves
of
hate
1,000
this one
uses
trick.
for that. And I'm trying to find the last one on my list here. Oh, the drum of concentration. This gives you advantage on concentration checks, as long as all you're doing is playing the drum.
Some kind of monkey's paw shop. I just kind of nod my head and slowly back away.
It's the rhythm that helps you, helps you concentrate. It's like
I'm
a
window
metronome.
shopping. I will not buy anything.
I think that's all of them.
Glane, a moment in the room.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
and-
sorry. There's one more.
Oh,
If you just
of
real quick, there's a screaming scimitar. This is a sword that absolutely screams at the top of its lungs when you attack with it. It does 1d4 psychic damage to the target and to the person who uses it.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Krim.
It screams. He like swings it around a few times. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Bad for stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you
Okay.
guys can talk now.
Door into my room and I prop a seat on the chest, but it's still locked.
Yeah. I can't get through the door. Help. I can't get through the door. Thank you.
Step into my office.
We're in the big room, right? Are we in the big room?
Wherever his chest is.
Okay.
But he's locked in.
All right, I'm locked out. It's fine. I'll pretend I'm in there.
Oh, nobody's in there.
Okay.
You guys are upstairs.
Oh, we're upstairs. Okay.
I don't think that's our room. I think that's
Okay, that
just
was
a
not our room.
locked
Fair enough.
That's the employee.
So, I heard there was a bit of excitement this morning that I was unwittingly part of.
Ah, yes. There was a bit of an issue with the bill, and I was given a chance to wipe it away by getting some things done, and I needed some backup.
How much
Thanks
of
for
an
that.
issue with the bill, exactly? Monetarily speaking. If you could pin a number to it.
You know, a number that would drive a man to do insane things. Something like 2 gold.
That's too funny. Wow.
Was it 2
a lot
gold
of
or
money.
2 silver?
Too cold. I should have been
2 gold.
more, honestly, because
Okay.
you canonically trashed the shit in the room
Yeah.
afterward, but it's 2.
So, I'm well aware of the value of teamwork, the specific monetary amount that teamwork is worth. You can put a very fine number on it, and I hope you will be better at appraising that in the future. This is for you. Please unlock the chest.
I point down. Oh, this chest. And I get off of it. And I put the key in, and I say, boysenberry. Hang on a second. Bandersnatch.
Doesn't work.
Hang on. Bumblebee. Oh dear. I seem to have forgotten the password.
Dang.
Dang.
That stinks.
It does. We're all in one room,
It
right?
stinks in there.
It's gonna smell in here.
I think you guys have individual rooms, actually.
Oh, okay.
Unless you wanted to, like, get a double, you know. But it's still going to be 2 per person. So, I mean, it's up to you, I guess. If you want to have a big communal room, sure. If you want to
No.
have your own rooms.
No, I'm
Privacy is
quite
nice.
fine with my own.
They have, you actually notice, like, a lot of empty rooms here at this lodge. It doesn't seem to be filled
Fair
to
enough.
capacity.
I'll take it while locked. I'm taking this to my room.
Do you want the key?
Please.
There you go. It hasn't been washed.
Thank you. You're too kind. I'd
a
like
good
to
night.
drag the chest to my room.
Well, I think that's it. Dorko the Goblin is dragged in this chest. He's been in there for a full night.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I think we're out of time. So next time, maybe we'll go skiing. Maybe
love to
we'll
go
check out the ruins of Purina. Maybe we'll check out the hot springs, follow some of these leads. Maybe somebody will try to figure out something about these goblins. Maybe somebody will figure out something about
I'd
these
love
goblins
to.
that's going on.
I'd love to.
Or, you know, something about Prometheus. We'll see, I guess.
I've been studying. Haven't found anything useful, but I've been reading.
Well, I mean, one member of the party knows that Prometheus is a Cyclops. He just doesn't want to share that information. Torgan, you know that a Cyclops will absolutely squish you like a bug. That's what you know about Cyclopses
Oh yeah.
without doing more research. So you do know that there is absolutely no way that Torgan can stop a Cyclops on his own. This is a creature that will destroy you easily.
If only he had some people to work with.
Yeah, if only there was some sort of team.
If only there
But
were
we'll
some
have to
people
figure
who
that out
wanted
next
to
time,
work
I
with
guess.
him.
Maybe I could have made it fall in love with us.
Mm.
In fact, not only do you think that a Cyclops is not only impossible for you to kill, you think that it's going to be near impossible for the 5 of you to kill. You think that you're going to need allies, equipment, possibly siege equipment. Like, you know that a Cyclops is like an enormous giant of a creature. So you're gonna have to figure. Torgan's gonna have to do something next time.
Besides, try to sleep with the innkeeper.
No, I was
That was
just trying to
good.
get us some discounts.
I loved that. Just so you know, I loved all of it. It was great.
more of that, please.
That was the absolute worst.
It
and
sounded
best.
sarcastic. It sounded sarcastic when you said that, Jerp. I don't know why you sound so sarcastic about that. You don't want more of that? Next time, you guys we're gonna do the skiing because we said that we wanted to do that, and then I think that you're gonna move on to one of these other objectives
Possible.
and leave the safety of the lodge at some point. That's what we have planned for next time.
It sounds like the skiing will let us kind of get a little bit of a lay of the land.
Yeah, the skiing's very local. It's like right down the road. These other places are a little bit farther afield, so the
Did
skiing
you name
will
the
be a
ruins
good.
after cat food on purpose?
No, is that cat food?
Purina?
Oh, Purina? No,
Purina?
it's It's actually Pruina.
That's what I
But
thought.
yeah, it's
but
pretty
still.
close to Purina.
Chat was very big on that being Purina.
Oh, sorry guys.
It's not
bad.
too late.
Too late. It's too late.
Retconjuration.
This goblin's gonna die.
I'm gonna.
We could just retcon this entire day.
Time will be frozen for a week.
No, we don't need to retcon it. It's all good.
I'll get him out
Everything
of there.
that happened was meant to happen.
I've got plans for Dorko.
Dorko's the goblin.
Dorko the Goblin. That's
Be Dorko!
There's Dorko.
Orko can carry the potions.
It's unclear if that's his name or if that's just like an insult that he's heard a lot. He thinks it's his name. Let's horsey ride.
Horsey Red?
Glenn is having thoughts.
Well, I hope everybody had some kind of fun.
It was something. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
this was fun.
You know what? And you know what else? Nobody wanted to interact with or talk about the barrel at all.
Yeah, I
never
noticed
found out
that.
what's going
It's
on with that
weird
barrel
that,
guy.
that it's just like Al is the pro barrel guy.
What is that?
We're
Who
gonna
is
see that barrel
Barrel
everywhere
bot.
we go.
Barrel bot.
That's the bar buddy.
Yeah. It's weird that, the people that kept ordering drinks and doing terrible things with them never
At
interacted.
10 in the morning.
At 10 in the morning.
10 in the morning. So many drinks ordered so early. Yeah, they don't spin the bar buddy up till 8 p.m.
Yeah, Savannah bought milk.
Yeah, some cream.
Berries.
Good roleplay session. No battle.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
combat. Nobody took damage, I don't think.
Who needs
No?
it?
There was no threats here. Just the threat of each other.
Yay.
The threat of violence.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot about ourselves and
Who we
Torgen's
can
intentions.
trust.
A child fell down the stairs. It's a win.
Savannah did not anticipate the bard being the only other reasonable person in the room.
Oh, it's good to have
She
at least
had-
one ally.
She had
Sure, the
assumed
woman
he
was
would be
one.
smarmy, but apparently this is the best we got, so we're gonna have to make do.
Mm-hmm.
Woman probably would have appreciated it. I just want to put that out there.
I think we can put out this is the exact same Glane, but this is a very different Torgen. This is a Torgen from a darker timeline.
I don't think
This one's
so.
a hero. He's a folk hero.
He's a folk hero. He loves spiking drinks to save money.
For the good.
It's for a
For the
good
good of
cause.
us all.
Yeah, I'm
Folk
spiking a
heroes.
drink for a good cause.
Al, I'm
Folk
super
Hero
Signed
curious.
wallet.
circa 2002.
I'm super
Listen.
curious on the price of that potion that
Some priced it in chat.
Torgen used.
The love potion
Uh,
is 90 gold. Somebody
It's
Says
an
Dupu.
uncommon potion. So honestly, it's tough to say. D&D 5e, they don't actually really put a lot of neat prices on their magic items. They make the DM come up with a lot of stuff. There's a range for uncommon items that are between 100 and 500 gold.
So probably
That's the range they
a
give you.
while. We could have
Okay.
stayed
I'd say
here
as
a
a
while for that
consumable,
much.
As a consumable, it's probably on the lower end. It's probably closer to 100 than 500 as an uncommon consumable.
We're paying what
Oh,
together? 10 a night.
I can't guarantee I'm not going to go back and try to buy more. I mean, now that he's got his stuff in order.
Yeah, just gotta make some money.
Yeah.
Gotta make some good money.
I need to remember to go back and talk to him, talk to Dugan about Torgen's purchasing. Like, listen, if he tries to buy this from you,
Stop it. Tell him you're out.
morally, I would recommend against it.
Doesn't care about morals. He wants money. These people don't care about morals. I just bought a ring that tells me when I've been not hit. Okay.
By the way, what's that ring say right now?
Well, has it activated at all?
It's going crazy.
Here, I will be happy to stop the ring for you.
No, I want nothing from you, sir.
Megan, he wants to attack you. I don't think it's a matter of your desire.
It's mutually beneficial.
I want nothing from you.
So the ring activates when you are the target of attack, but it misses.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's actually not going off right now.
The ring registers all worldwide attacks, regardless of target.
Ones that do not hit Torgen. Well, that was something. Oh,
I guess
gosh.
I'll see you guys next week for whatever happens next.
Al, sign us off here.
Good night, mate.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Wow. The Australians are just waking up, and this is what you've done.
Yep.
I hope you all enjoyed my pain.
More to come.
All right. See you guys next
Da-da-da.
week.
Next week.
Bye.
Next week.
Good night.
Bye.